Happy Monday! Happy 4th. It's the 4th. Time is a construct. Anyway, hello and welcome. Number 1. We have stream back. No. I mean stream also. We have chat back. Number 1, right up front. Before I say anything else, for now, chat is... I've won the chat gotcha, and we have on-screen chat. It seems to be working as of now. How long that'll last? I have no clue. But for now, it seems to be doing what it's supposed to do. We'll see how long that lasts. Number 2. I forgot. We're off to a great start. We are back with more Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. We're starting case 2 today, and I have been thinking. As I mentioned last... Was it last stream? Yes, we did finish. We finished case 1 last stream, and along with that, or at the start of that stream, I did mention that I might switch things up a little over the course of this game or after finishing Spirit of Justice. I am not sure yet. I'm still not fully... I still haven't fully decided on what to do, but I think I'm at least gonna set up a, like the emulator and OBS stuff, so that within the next weeks, possibly, probably, very likely, we are going to be starting the Pokemon playthrough, the Pokemon Black playthrough that I mentioned last stream. I have been thinking about maybe doing a Nuzlocke. I've been considering it, but I came to the conclusion that I suck at just in general. I suck. And I feel like a Nuzlocke, like pure basic Nuzlocke, might not go well for me. And it might just be more like, it might not be all that fun for me personally. I still wanna, whenever we do start Pokemon, I do wanna add like something, some little extra, so that it's not like a purely, normal playthrough. But I don't think it's gonna be a Nuzlocke. It might be something close, like a, I don't know what you call that, a soft Nuzlocke, whatever, where I just give myself a little more leeway, with, the basic rules. I've been thinking some stuff up, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna have some challenge to it, but nothing like too harsh, I guess. But we might start... I also don't know how exactly I'm gonna do it. The initial idea was to have, our regular 3 streams a week, with one of those streams being a Pokemon stream. But I'm gonna be honest, Pokemon is one of those games. I think it's just turn-based games in general that I don't have a lot of patience for. As much as I enjoy them, I can't play them for too long without like getting really worn out. My brain does not like those kinds of like routinely games. So I've been thinking about either doing 2 streams of Ace Attorney a week and 1 stream of Pokemon. That might be a bit of a shorter stream, and I have to figure that one out a bit more. Instead of doing 1 dedicated stream per week, we might just do Ace Attorney all the way again, and at the end, or kind of like play both in 1 stream, in 1 sitting. Like, I don't know, play 2 hours of Ace Attorney, find a good stopping point, and then 1 to 2 hours of Pokemon. I don't know what exactly I'm gonna do yet. There's a fly in my room. Get away. The problem with that is if I want to combine, Ace Attorney and another game in 1 stream, I'll kind of have to figure out how to do it on the YouTube side. Because on Twitch, I can just cut both, you know, like in separate highlights. On YouTube, I kind of don't like doing, like, having the Ace Attorney thumbnail and then, you know, 2 hours in, it's just a different game. I kind of don't like that, so I don't know what I'd do there if I just end stream and restart it, although I feel that that would kind of suck. Or if there's like a way I can... I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to see. But I think, because now that I've mentioned it, now that I've spoken it into existence, I'm kind of excited to play Pokemon. I kind of want to. I have the urge. And I've been kind of holding back. I don't want to play too much in my free time, so, you know, I don't, like, lose my motivation, I guess. But yeah. Souls and Ivy, welcome in! K-Stew is your favorite? Interesting. I don't remember too much of K-Stew, gonna be honest. It's so cold here, same. It's like, I don't know what. God, this fucking fly. It's like a tight. Dude, is it just here? I feel like recently there's been so many of these little fucking fruit fly thingies everywhere, like everywhere. And it's not just like our household or anything. Just like within the in the last weeks. These tiny little fruit flies, they've been everywhere. It's agony. It's so annoying. We don't know where they came from. No one does, apparently, but they're just here. I have no clue where they came from, but they're here and they're annoying. It's God, I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, even in our house, where usually, like, there's not too much going on, but, like, there's, like, 10s, 20s, dozens of fucking little tiny fruit flies in our kitchen, in our bathroom, in my room. Every now and then I'll catch one or two. It's so annoying. Anyway. Before we start, actually, there is one other thing that I want to talk about, because I just saw it right before stream started, and it was interesting. It was there's a comment I got on one of my shorts. It was the short where I talk about Apollo and Phoenix as protagonists, and, you know, how I prefer Apollo just as a character over Phoenix. And someone left a comment on that I thought was pretty interesting. I've only read through it once. It's a pretty long comment. But I thought it was really interesting to go through, because I feel like there's some stuff to unpack there. It's something that I've kind of talked about in the past, but not, like, really. So I want to do that right now. Let me see. Bam. It's a long comment. I cut out the name just in case. But it's an interesting one. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna read through it, because it's an interesting take on the subject of Phoenix and Apollo as main characters, but also just characters in general. I agree with some parts, disagree in others. So let's. I want to go through this. Can I make it? I mean, I can make it a little bigger. Make it a little bigger. So yeah, okay, let's see here. So, this person said, when I played Apollo Justice, my initial thought was the main issue was Apollo's being kind of boring. However, upon closer inspection, I realized that most of the moments where I didn't like Apollo were the moments they wrote him to emulate/replicate Phoenix. Of which there are quite a few. There's quite a few moments like that. Like, Apollo is clearly supposed to parallel Phoenix in certain aspects, but also contrast him, I feel like. Which made me realize how inherently flawed Phoenix is as a protagonist. Yes, he's got quirks, but when you look at the bigger picture, Phoenix is just generic guy X. But with a bit of an attitude. I disagree with that, but we're gonna keep going. Most things good about Phoenix don't come from himself, but from the people around him. Now, Apollo also has this issue to some degree, where a lot of him also comes from how he interacts with Drusi and especially Athena, but Apollo also has his own inner dialogue and talks to himself in ways that are so much more interesting than Phoenix does. Even in playthroughs, this shows. When playing as Phoenix, most people tend to just use their normal voice, whereas for Apollo, for Apollo, people tend to at least put up a little bit of voice acting. I have seen this to an extent where people will generally voice Phoenix in kind of their normal voice, but give Apollo a different one. But I think that's not inherent necessarily because of their characters. That's more so, or at least partially, because people just want like to switch it up a little bit. Like you start out, like generally people when they start Ace Attorney, they start with the Phoenix trilogy, right? So they give Phoenix their normal voice, the voice that comes easiest to them because they're going to be talking as Phoenix the entire fucking time. And when they start out as Apollo in this trilogy, they just want to like kind of make clear that this is a different character speaking. So I don't think it's solely or even mainly due to the difference in their characters or their writing or whatever. I think it's partially just wanting some variety. And you know, if your normal voice is already taken, then you want to do something else for the new main character. Where were we? The reason why Phoenix works is because he is effectively a blank slate with some predetermined quirks and looks. I'm gonna get back to that in a bit. The reason why Apollo works is because he is an actual character you can relate to. Both are good, but for a visual novel, the latter is just objectively the better option when the protag has their own dialogue without player choice. Hence why I prefer Apollo as well, he just feels more natural in the story to me. This is an interesting take that I personally disagree with. I think it's... Okay, here's the thing. At first, when I first played Ace Attorney, I didn't have too big of an opinion on Phoenix either, other than just I liked him. It took me a while to realize just how much personality Phoenix really has, because he does. Phoenix has so much character, so much personality that might be easy to miss or might be easy to kind of water down when you first go through the game or when you first experience it. But I wholeheartedly disagree with the statement that Phoenix is basically just a blank slate with a few extra gimmicks. I don't think that's true at all. I don't think that's true at all. I think that Phoenix's attitude and, you know, just him as a character, there's a lot to him. Phoenix, I mean, to an extent, he is a main character. That's just like, he does have like typical, I suppose, main character traits, because of course he does. He has a typical trait of like, you know, like he's just a good guy wanting to help people, and he's in this new profession where he's kind of, you know, struggling through kind of like the whole, you know, protagonist starting a new thing and having to like learn many things along the way. Like that's just, you know, I feel like every protagonist has them. Apollo has that too. That alone does not make him like a blank slate. Phoenix, over the course of the game, or, you know, all the games, even excluding the Apollo trilogy, because there's a lot to unpack there, but even just going through the first 3 games, there's a lot that is hidden in like smaller interactions or even, you know, optional flavor text and dialogue that define Phoenix's character a lot more. Like, I feel like saying Phoenix is a blank slate with some extra quirks is underestimating, number one, just how big of an asshole Phoenix is. Like, listen, I love Phoenix. But like, Phoenix is a fucking bitch. Like, he is a ball of sass when he wants to be. And that is, like, independent of you know, the player. Like, there are parts in every case, or, you know, certain lines Phoenix says in every game, every case, where even you as a player are like, whoa, that was, that, like, where he says things that are either, like, unnecessarily harsh, or just, like, very sarcastic, that even the player wouldn't have thought, or wouldn't have expected a main character to say. I think Phoenix has a lot of, and this applies to Apollo. This honestly applies, I feel like, to the entire game, just the entire series of Ace Attorney. There's a lot of personality and a lot of, you know, depth hidden in the smaller interactions, hidden in the details. There's a lot hidden in the details. That when you're just playing through the game and you maybe don't want to investigate every little thing that's happening, it's easier to miss. I think both Phoenix and Apollo are good protagonists. They just take different approaches. Like, Apollo, the main difference between Phoenix and Apollo, to me, is that basically Phoenix has an easier time adapting to the bullshit that is happening around him. Phoenix is just a natural bluffer. Like, he has an easier time accepting all the shenanigans going on around him. Like, spirit mediums, okay, that's weird, but fine. Fucking the most outrageous, weird, complicated crimes in history being committed by a 15-year-old. Sure, whatever. That's fucked up, but I guess we're doing this. Phoenix just adapts quicker. Apollo does not. Apollo is a guy that, from the very beginning, he did not sign up for anything. He is a guy that just wanted a job, and he wanted to do said job in a normal manner, and he couldn't. Like, his very first case, he was just thrown into ice cold water and being told to just deal with it, basically. And like he is not prepared. He was not prepared for anything. And Phoenix and Apollo, also from the way we see him handle himself in cases and investigations and everything, also just generally seems like a guy that has trouble adapting to people. Like he has trouble with what's it called? He has trouble with like being like spontaneous things, you know? Like, he has trouble thinking on the spot. Apollo prefers things to be organized and proper, and he prefers some sort of order. Whereas Phoenix, he can just wing it. You can throw Phoenix in any weird situation and he's like, you know what, fuck it, bam, we're going with this. Whereas Apollo struggles a lot more with that. And I think that's the main difference in their characters that you can kind of see throughout the entirety of the series. So I partially get where this person is coming from, partially. But I think a lot of what they're saying is also just them not having taken a proper look at Phoenix's character and kind of watering him down to, you know, as they say here, generic guy, 45 or whatever. Potato, welcome in. Honestly, to me, Phoenix is the world's biggest hater and Apollo is a huge bitch, and I think it's amazing. Exactly. Yes. Yes. I say that, I think that the difference in their attitude, like, both Phoenix and Apollo have an attitude. Phoenix is just a ball of sass and sarcasm. Like, passive aggression, kind of. Apollo is just done. Like, he's just done with everything. He just has to find the butler. What's so hard about that? Nova, welcome in. The first case is just Kristoff and Phoenix passive-aggressively hating each other, and Apollo's like, can I please get a waffle? True! True! It's like it's that meme of the two guys fighting behind the counter, and the one guy at the counter just like, can I get a waffle? Can I please get a waffle? True, like, it's an interesting take, but I think it's kind of superficial, I guess, if that's the right word for it. Like, this person, I feel like, just has not looked into Phoenix's character enough. Or doesn't want to, or whatever it is. Like, calling Phoenix a blank slate is just objectively wrong. If you want to, like, a blank slate is a character with no character traits, no distinguishable features that you can just fill in for yourself. Phoenix has a personality. Whether you think that personality is boring or not, that's just personal taste, I think. But saying that Phoenix has like little to nothing going for him is just wrong. Phoenix has so much. Like he is a ball of sass, a ball of sarcasm, a ball of just anything goes. Like, Phoenix is just anything goes. And of course, part of his funny moments and his interesting moments come from interactions with other characters. But that's every character. Like, the way that someone interacts with the people around them is part of who they are. You know? That like, those dynamics play a big part in analyzing and interpreting someone's personality, like in characterizing someone. It's a huge part, of course. Like, if you took any character and removed their interactions and conversations with other characters, most of them would be way more bland or most of them would be way less entertaining. That's just how it is. Like, that's not a bad thing. That's just how it is. That in real life, it's the same thing as well. One person on their own oftentimes is not as like entertaining or interesting maybe as they might be interacting with someone else. You know, whether it's in person or whatever. Even like content creators. There's lots of content creators that I personally rarely watch just by themselves. But I enjoy watching them collab with people because it brings out a different side of them. You know, it brings up a different dynamic. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's perfectly fine. So yeah, I just saw this. They posted this comment like a couple hours ago, and I saw it. And I found it interesting to talk about. Personally, I heavily disagree, and I think most of this just stems from this person not having looked into Phoenix's character that much. I love Phoenix and Polly. I think I just prefer Polly because I personally relate to him more, and a specific brand of sass does it for me. Same. Exactly, Ivy. Like that's the reason. I think that's the main reason I prefer Apollo too. Is because Apollo, like, his brand of sass is not even always sass. It's just like Apollo is just more straightforward. Like, he doesn't say it a lot, but the way he thinks is like more direct than Phoenix. Phoenix kind of has like he gives out like backhanded comments every now and then, or you know, just like very sarcastic comments. Apollo, oftentimes it's just like straight up, I hate what's going on here. What the fuck is happening? Can I take a break? Can I leave? Like, I did not sign up for any of this. Apollo is just more blunt about it. Which I personally like. Which I personally, I think, prefer a bit. I don't know. I like these types of characters. The ones that are like more like straightforward. Personally, I think. I still love Phoenix. I just prefer Apollo. Also because I can relate to Apollo more than I can relate to Phoenix. Definitely. Which isn't to say that Phoenix isn't an like, which is not to say that Phoenix is not a realistic character. Phoenix, Phoenix has a lot of character traits that are very realistic, and there's people like that. Like, Phoenix is, if I remember correctly, Phoenix is based on fucking Shu Takumi, you know? Like, he is a realistic character. Of course, maybe like in certain parts he's a bit, you know, a bit exaggerated. But so is Apollo, so is every character, or almost every character. But I don't think that's a bad thing. He still has lots of traits that you would find in other people in everyday life. Interactions are character, interactions are storytelling. Most people just don't realize that. Hope you like Case 2, it's my favorite of Spirit of Justice. Hell yeah! And I fully agree, PSM. Like, interactions are just part of a character, they're part of storytelling, they are a core part of anyone's personality. And like, if you take those away, they're like, you are going to lose a significant part of who that person is, whether we're talking about real life or fiction. Might be a hot take, but I also prefer Apollo's character design. Maybe it's just because red is my favorite color, but I also like the horns on his hair. I feel like I agree, and that might also be because of one of my favorite. I mean, I also like blue. Actually, I don't know which design I prefer. Personally, I feel like I like both Phoenix's and Apollo's designs in their own way. I mean, Polly probably developed that personality because of growing up in an orphanage and his abandonment issues. That tends to develop a certain level of cynicism in people. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, Apollo is such an interesting. This is why I actually quite like the amount of backstory we got in Dual Destinies, or, you know, just in this whole trilogy. Like, the extra backstory we got in Dual Destinies for Apollo, and, I guess, spoiler, but we're not gonna go into any detail, the backstory, the additional backstory we're gonna get for Apollo in this game. I like that. I actually liked it a lot, just because it gives you, like, a better idea of how Apollo grew up to be the way he is now. It's so interesting. I always love doing that with characters. Like, when we have a character's past, seeing how this past seeing how their past affected them and shaped their personality in more detail, it's so fascinating. It's so interesting. Genuinely. And which is kind of why I wish we had more of Phoenix's backstory, personally. Other than just these couple months in, you know, where we saw him, Miles, and Larry meeting, and, you know, his college days, at least like a portion of it, or, you know, snippets of it. But yeah, I also wish we got more backstory on Phoenix, personally. Can this fly fucking go? Go. Leave me alone. Go. Oh, I think it's dead. Is it dead? Are you dead? Go. Leave. That's that. Yep. There you go. Nope. Go. I don't think I can. Can you fly? Is your wing broken? That would suck. Well, I never understood the complaint of Apollo having 3 different backstories, when I think it's more accurate to say we got 3 parts of his backstory in 3 different games. Exactly, Potato. Like, there is nothing, like, inconsistent, or, I guess, like... No, there's nothing overlapping or inconsistent or something about Apollo's backstory. It's one backstory, we just get to see different chunks of it throughout the games. You can criticize the way that they were presented, sure, but his backstory itself, like, it's just filling a blank slate. Technically, they could do this for Phoenix as well, because to this day, we don't know jack shit about Phoenix's family. They could, at some point, like, bring in Phoenix's family and, like, why he has never once spoken about them in any game ever. You know, they could do that. And if they do it right, I think that's perfectly fine. I think the main complaint about Apollo's backstory is that they're there, but the fact it's pretty obvious that those backstories were clearly retroactively done to give him more development. I mean, yeah, but again, they could do the same thing with literally any character. They could release Ace Attorney 7 and we learn that Phoenix has actually a sister that he hasn't spoken to in a decade because, I don't know, there's bad blood between them or something, and people might say the same thing. And I say, if it lines up, that's fine. Like, just because, like, of course, like, sure, maybe, like, they like, what am I trying to say here? Like, I don't think the fact that these backstories were only added, or these chunks of his backstory were only added in games 5 and 6, have to mean anything. If it fits, it fits, you know? Oh yeah, Nova, there is way more to these characters other than just them standing there and yelling objection. Ace Attorney is a big series. There's a lot. There's a lot. Oh, isn't that there? Yeah. But yeah, personally, I think Apollo's backstory is totally fine. They just could have, just the writing was clumsy. Not bad, just clumsy in certain parts. But not to the extent that I would be like, oh, it sucks, like it makes no sense, or you know, like it's horrible. Like, his backstory in Dual Destinies made sense. It lines up with his character. Just the way they presented it was a little off. But not to a big extent, you know? Like, it wasn't bad. It was decent. It was decent. Could have been better, but it wasn't all presented in a way that, like, would contradict Apollo's character or anything. Yeah, that I get that part, that like there isn't, yeah, like you can't foreshadow something that wasn't yet planned in you know, game 4 or anything. I mean, technically you could, in Apollo's case specifically, I think that this wouldn't even have been a big problem because Apollo is just a very professional and private person in general. I think, if anything, the fact that they did mention Clay out of nowhere quite a few times was actually that was actually the thing that bothered me. I feel like it would have been even more natural if they just hadn't talked about Clay. Genuinely. If they removed like 1 or 2 of the scenes in which Apollo talked about Clay, in which Apollo brought Clay up on his own, if those scenes were gone, I genuinely feel like it might have been even more natural, because it would be more in line with Apollo's character, because he just isn't someone that talks about his private life a lot. So in Apollo's case specifically, I think they could have made it work. I think they tried a little too hard on the foreshadowing. I feel like it would have worked better if they had done even less foreshadowing, even within the same game, if you know what I mean. But yeah, in general, that is an issue when backstories are retroactively added. It can get awkward when the character you're creating this backstory for isn't a private person. When there's someone who would talk about their past, or, you know, characters involved with their past. In that case, yeah. But I feel like because Apollo isn't that sort of guy, it fit a lot better. Because Apollo is someone who like wouldn't talk about these things during work unless he was directly prompted to. It was a lot better. And genuinely, I feel like they could still make that work with Phoenix even. I feel like with Phoenix, Like, say we get the next Ace Attorney game and we actually do learn something about, I don't know, Phoenix's family member, and we learn that Phoenix has a family member, or has family, she even has family, that he just hasn't spoken to a lot. I feel like even then, if they do it right, it could still fit in and make sense, because Phoenix as well isn't someone who talks about himself. At all, if possible. Like, it depends on the character. Like, retroactively added backstories can fit, or they can be done well if they fit the character, if you know what I mean. For Apollo, I just think they tried to squeeze in Clay's character a bit too much, and it seemed kind of unnatural. Not because it was retroactively added, but because it didn't really fit Apollo's character to just bring Clay up out of nowhere, you know? Like, that was my main issue with Apollo's character, that he brought up Clay in scenes where I feel like it wouldn't have made sense for him to do so. Like, he wasn't asked about it, or that it was kind of off topic, or, you know, out of nowhere. And that just was out of character for Apollo. It had nothing to do with the fact that, you know, they added his backstory in Dual Destinies. One day we'll learn that he was taught how to be a butler. He's the butler. Apollo Justin. Listen. Apollo in a butler suit? I'm just saying. I should at least get to know Clay first. Yeah, I feel like it would have fit better if we had learned about Clay, like, in a different way. Like, if any of the characters had met Clay just by pure coincidence, or, you know, if the conversation had led to it more naturally. You know, if someone had, like, directly asked about Apollo's friends, or what Apollo does in his, you know, or how Apollo knows so much about space, or whatever. Like, that would have made more sense. My water is almost empty already. Okay. Anyway, that out of the way. Let me go boom. It was an interesting comment. Personally, I disagree. I think it was kind of a shallow interpretation of Phoenix's character. But it was interesting to get into and to talk about. Anyway. Now, I think we can actually do what we came here to do, which is play the game. And speaking of Apollo, I am pretty sure in this case we are back to the boy. So, let's go in. Episode 2, The Magical Turnabout. Cutscene. Right away, cutscene. Baby! And she's dead. Phoenix has now lost 2 children. Mr. Reyes? Oh, she's so cute! She's so adorable! This isn't a just chatting stream. I mean, with me? Depends. April 27, 10 a.m. Penrose Theater. Stage. Oh, look at her! And that's how the evil magician, Mr. Okay, auto-scroll. That's a big hat. See you for Act 2, everybody! Pumpkin! Thank you. Hope you have a nice day, too. Ooh. Brava! Brava, Trucy! Wow, Apollo, wasn't that a great trick? You bet. I've never seen such a great magic act. Did you know they even featured Trucy's show on TV this morning? Oh, I need to move myself a little. Okay. Penrose Theatre. A well-known gateway to success for entertainers. It's here at this famous theater that we'll finally get to see... Oh! Trucy writes Trucy and Grammary Land! The long-awaited revival of the magic of true grammary. That's lovely. That's wonderful. How? That explains why there's a TV crew here to cover the show. This is the perfect opportunity to promote the Write Anything agency too. After all, people look up things they see on TV, right? But wouldn't they be looking up the talent part and not the law part of our agency? Mamma mia! You're right. We get nothing but requests from Trucy's fans, wouldn't we? Oh well, guess we'll just have to make it the old-fashioned way. My name is Apollo Justice. God, I love you. I'm a rookie lawyer with only about 2 years of experience under my belt. We're here to see Trucy's magic show. She's a fellow member of our agency. We came on behalf of our boss, Mr. Wright, who's away on a trip. And probably, as we speak, trying not to get his tongue cut out. Oh, and did you hear, Apollo? Even though it's only her debut, her shows are completely sold out. What, really? That's amazing. Voila, a star is born. Who knows how far she'll go? At this rate, nothing in the world can stop us. You do realize this has nothing to do with you, right? Apollo Justice, you deserve the name of the games, not Phoenix Wright. I feel like they just should have left out, like... I feel like it's not quite Apollo's game and not quite Phoenix's game. I feel like they should have just left it out. They should have just gone with Ace Attorney Dual Destinies and Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. I feel like the fact that Phoenix Wright is put in front of the title kind of skews people's expectations a little bit, and they're like, oh, well, this is going to be mostly Phoenix focused game, and they kind of twists their it kind of like turns their thinking in that direction already. Like they're already going into it with the mindset of, oh well, this is going to be another Phoenix focused game. When I feel like it's very much both Phoenix and Apollo. Like they are both main protagonists. Personally, at least. This is Athena Sykes. She's another member of our agency. She may not look it, but at just 19 years old, she's a lawyer as well. What do you mean she may not look it? Of course I look the part. You look like you're gonna whip up either a Pokeball or a Dual Disc at any second. Can you explain how exactly? Oh, come on, have a heart. Stop treating me like a child. That gadget around Athena's neck that spoke just now, that's Widget. Widget helps Athena out with her special field of expertise, and analytical psychology. He also has a habit of blurting out whatever Athena is really thinking. Yeah, this little guy can be a little unruly at times. Hey, upgrade me already. Your attention, please. The show will restart after a 20-minute intermission. We ask that you please be back in your seats before the next act. Thank you. Hey, why don't we go say hi to Trucy in her dressing room during the break? Oh, yes, let's go see the big star. I'm so nervous. What should I say to her? Whatever you usually say to her at the office every day. Bunny! Why is that a blue? Is that a blue bunny? What do I spy? What do I see there? Please tell me we get to investigate. Probably not, but please tell me we get to investigate. It is nice seeing Trucy again. I missed her. Penrose Theater dressing room. So this is Trucy's dressing room. Looks like she's busy over there with someone. God, she's so pretty! Would you sign this, please, ma'am? Sure thing. Just the one sheet in this clipboard, right? A fan asking for Trucy's autograph, maybe? That did not seem like anything autograph related. Trucy? Show me that. Trucy? Trucy? Honey? Come on. Show me. I don't think so. It looks like some kind of contract. Thank you very much. I'll get this to the producer right away. Never sign a contract without... You better read the fine print. Great, thanks. Oh.
Enjoy the bits. Kinkshus protect Trucy.
Thank you for the bit solds. Polly, Athena, you came. Of course. Congratulations on your big debut. Hehe, thanks. Who was that just now, by the way? Somebody from Take-Two TV. They want to turn my magic show into a TV special. They're planning to broadcast it nationwide. Can you imagine? God, she's so adorable. Wow, you really are a big star. Hey, can I get your autograph later, Trucy? Sure. My signature is in high demand today. Would you like one too, Polly? Yeah, actually, I would. Oops, looks like I ran out of flyers, so I'll have to sign your forehead instead. Hey, knock it off! Look, just forget about the autograph. This is Trucy Wright. She's a magician and Mr. Wright's adopted daughter. She's becoming quite renowned in the magic world these days for her impressive skills. A lot of people get this wrong, but Apollo's actual job is being my magic assistant. No, you're the one who gets it wrong. Ooh, think you can do that trick you always do at the office for me, Trucy? Okay. Behold, the wondrous magic that can make anything disappear. Is it gonna be the panties? Is it gonna be the panties? Hell yeah. 3, 2, 1, ta-da! My magic panties are an extra-dimensional galaxy. Brava, Trucy, brava! Okay, but why do you always have to make my attorney's badge disappear? Well, that's because out of everyone at the Write Anything agency, you're the one I get the best reaction out of. Yeah, you know what? That's a fair point. It doesn't make my poor badge feel any better. I mean, we can examine! We're gonna examine every little thing first. Wow, there's not much to... Wait. Oh, is there no indicator of, I guess I shouldn't touch anything while Trucy's around. You shouldn't touch anything while I'm not around either. Cheer up my mind. Mania! Didn't even notice the stream played too much Yakuza today. All good. Welcome in. Can we not? I wanna look at the flowers. God damn it! Okay, that's why we have nothing to see. That's why there's no marker or anything. Man! Okay, fine. I guess we'll talk. Wait, I guess we'll... Wearing it gets me raring to go. God, he's so cute. Badge! Ooh, your attorney's badge. Does this mean you want me to... I knew I shouldn't have done that. Hey, why'd you put it away? Fine, if that's the way you're gonna be. She's just gonna... It's just gonna come out of there. 3, 2, 1, ta-da! Hey, don't make it! Wait, my badge is still here. That was my badge, Trucy. I love this. I love this cast. I love this. I love Trucy. I love Apollo. I love everyone. I love Athena. I love them all. Ha! Okay, let's talk to her. Thanks again for inviting us, Trucy. Thank you for coming. Your show... Nope, that's Apollo. Your show sure packs wallop? Wallop? I think it's a wallop. I nearly fell out of my seat when that dragon showed up. God, I love how supportive... I love... Oh! God. I'm such a sucker for Apollo's and Trucy's relationship. Like, their dynamic. And I love just how supportive and, like, how excited Apollo is about Trucy's magic and what she does. It's so cute. It's so wholesome. Can already tell that this is gonna be a good episode? Hell yeah! Anyone attacked you? Whew. I was terrified even though I knew it was all just a part of the show. See? He's so into it! That's so adorable! That's good, because that trick is the crowning glory of Act 1. I'm really glad you're enjoying the show. I heard your shows are completely sold out, Trucy. They say your fans were all over the tickets the instant they became available. Like hungry wolves? Hungry wolves going after their prey. Sounds like you've made a loyal pack of followers for yourself already, Trucy. But you two are the only ones who get a special VIP invitation from me. Today's just the dress rehearsal for the performers, staff, family, and friends. German jump scare. I guess I'm gonna pronounce it the German way. Generalprobe, huh? That's what they call it in Germany. That is actually true. That is what you call like the final rehearsal before a performance. And yet they still don't know that they're related. Yeah. The real show isn't until the day after tomorrow. By the way, are you going to finally do your magic penny trick on stage after the break? Sorry to disappoint anyone who came just to see my magic panties, but my next trick is completely new. I'm debuting it today. Ooh, a new trick, huh? Are you gonna chop Apollo up into little lawyer bits? Funny, I don't recall ever agreeing to anything like that. Well, that does sound like a good idea. Pause. Today's trick is a totally new troupe Grammary original. The entire future of the troupe is riding on the success of this special new trick. How so? Special new trick. This show is really important to me. It isn't like any of the other shows I've done. As the rightful heir to the troupe Grammary repertoire of magic, that's a mouthful, this show was my first chance to unveil the tricks I've inherited. Troupe Grammary, huh? Yeah, I have a poster of them hanging right over there. One second, I gotta refill my water. Okay. Phoenix been sitting on that sibling secret for the last like 2 years. I think he just forgot about it. Honestly, I mean, to be fair, Phoenix is actually like really good at keeping secrets when it counts. To be fair. I think the main reason he's keeping it hidden is for Lamirar's sake, because he wants, like... Right? Yeah. Yeah, I think he wants Lamirar to tell them. So that's why he hasn't said anything. Huh. Feels like it's been ages since I've seen a picture of them. Troop Gramarye was a group of magicians who dominated the magic world in their day. Although we didn't see this funny fellow here. Not once. Not a single time. Trucy is the sole heir to the troupe's entire repertoire of stage music. Stage music? Magic. Who's this guy in green and purple on the left there? Exactly! Who invited bro? Oh, that's the great Mr. Reyes, the other magician in today's show. Doesn't Reyes mean, God, isn't Reyes Latin for something? Hold on. I feel like Reyes was. What am I might be thinking of another word actually. I might be thinking of a different word. Hold on. Let's see. I might be thinking of race, which I think just means thing. That might be what I'm thinking of. Mr. Reyes. If there's an anime, I want an episode focused on Lamirar reconnecting with her past. Same. They could do so much for an anime. Joker over there think he's on the team. I mean, he does look cool. I like his outfit. I like the scars on his arms. Defendant or party involved in a lawsuit. Really? Huh. He used to belong to Troop Gramarye too, a long time ago. He used to belong to them. I guess they could make that fit in. Hey, so tell us more about this special magic you're going to reveal today. It's a secret Troop Gramarye trick, left behind by my late granddaddy, Magnifi Gramarye. It's never been performed before, so this is the first time it'll be seen by the public. A grand unveiling, huh? No wonder she's been working so hard. He does seem like kind of a thief-y, like a thief type. Like, he does seem like... He does... His whole attire does have like a... It has a different flavor. Well, I better get going. Oh, where to? To practice my act, of course. The show's only a few days away. You're really pushing yourself. Didn't you practice until late last night, too? Yep, because everything's gotta be just right. Trucy inherited all of Troop Gramarye's magic tricks from her father when he died. And the troop's entire legacy is now resting on her shoulders. No wonder she's feeling the pressure. It looks like everything's going well today, though. I mean, that last trick was perfect. Race under pressure, that's me! After all, a true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. That's the Troop Gramarye creed. It's hard to believe you accomplished so much even though you're still in high school. Hehe, to tell you the truth, I'm actually pretty nervous. Oh, baby. Who wouldn't be? Oh, I bet this would do the trick. You'll be fine, Trucy! If anybody can do it, you can! Polly, that was just the boost I needed. Thanks. Apollo's fine sure has a way of really hitting you right in the heart. And in the ears. Enough bragging on my voice already. Trucy? Oh, hi, Bonnie. Look at you! She's got the cat mouth! Or yeah, she's got the little 3 mouth. He acts like a villain, and not to mention he's got coins. True. She looks cute. She does look cute. Very, very, very Benui. What voice do I give you? Hold on, let me think for a second. She seems like kind of a derpy, you know, kind of a derpy character, you know, kind of a slower one. It's almost time for the second act. Oh, okay, thanks. Well, Apollo, Athena, enjoy the rest of the show. Break a leg, Trucy, but not literally, please. Thanks, I will. Please don't. I hope her new trick goes well. Hey, this is Trucy we're talking about. She'll be fine. Is that still Bonnie? Huh? Oh, I wouldn't be so sure. Performing magic is like walking a tightrope. There's always an element of danger. And one little mistake can even cost you your life, you know? But I wonder if she'll make it across today. And what do you mean by that exactly? Hee. Oh, nothing. Now, if you'll excuse me. She's gone. What was that all about? That was totally not ominous. Judging by what she said, I'm gonna guess she's probably a magician too. Come on, Apollo, we've got to get back to our seats now or we'll be late. Ow! Hey, stop pulling! Okay, let's see. Guess it's time to move back to the stage. Hold up! Oh, goddammit, we can't. I don't trust those eyes. Too cute to be sincere. You know what? That's a valid point. I actually think we're gonna get to hear Bonnie though, so I might change my voice after the cutscene. The next cutscene. Hurry up, Apollo, it's about to start. I want to see what Trucy's next trick is. You're really wound up today, aren't you? Why don't you take your seat and try to relax? Oh, look, there's a TV reporter over there. With a TV camera and everything. Oh yeah, baby. Athena, sit down. You're blocking people's view. Yeesh, I feel like I'm babysitting here. Nothing new here. Hello everyone, I'm reporting from the beautiful Penrose Theatre, where the public performance of Trucy in Gramarye begins in just 2 short days. But today they very kindly agreed to give us a sneak preview. Isn't this exciting? Apollo, do you think I was on TV just now? How should I know? But if you were disgracing our entire agency, that's for sure. Hey, what the heck that's supposed to mean? Drum roll. Oh, here it comes. More cutscene. Oh, that's her voice. The good old stabby! Look how excited he is! That's so cute! So cute! Apollo's reaction was so cute! And you know, the entire performance was I love that. I love that. 2 cutscenes within like half an hour. Damn. Wow, that was amazing. I have no idea how she escaped that coffin. I'm glad Trucy's escape trick went off without a hitch. Ooh, 3D! And when I open the coffin, like this, inside you see... Mr. Reyes? But how? I wonder what's going on. He's not getting up. Trucy? Jesus Christ! Trucy? Sweetheart? What just happened? Oh man, an accident! Is like that guy dead? Wait, that's not part of the act? Attention please, for your own safety, we ask that everyone please evacuate the building. What's going on? Is Trucy okay? Outside everyone, evacuate immediately, please. Oh, hey, stop grabbing at me! Trucy! Yikes. Oh, well. They kicked us out. Hey, what gives? Will somebody please tell us what's going on? Poor Trucy, I hope she's okay. Clearly he's sleeping. Good old Mr. Reyes just taking a nap in a coffin. Hey, here comes that staff member from before. Your attention, please. We regret to inform you that today's show has been cancelled. What? But I was looking forward to the rest of it. Someone might be dead. I don't care how much you're looking forward to it if someone died. We are very sorry, but the theater is on lockdown pending a police investigation. Excuse me, is it because of that accident? That man in the coffin, is he? Well, we're still trying to figure things out, sir. But I can tell you that Miss Wright is fine. She wasn't injured, so please don't worry. You know what? That's all I care about. That's all I care about. Thank goodness she's okay. Hey, you there. Oh, dear God. Oh, God. On the one hand, I kind of want to give this guy sort of like an understanding voice, but also that one takes a lot out of my throat. So I don't know, I might do something a little lighter. What the heck's going on? They wouldn't even let me in. Me, for crying out loud. Mr. Rettins? Where's the joke? What's your first name? There was an accident during the show. An accident. Great, just great. That's all I need right now. Do you have any idea how much money we're sinking into this program? And you are? It's uncanny that he looks like RDJ Jr. He kind of looks like a Yakuza boss. He definitely does not look like a pleasant person. The man behind the scenes, that's who. That's a fine kettle of fish, let me tell ya. What? Is that a saying? Spending all this is gonna be a real pain in my posterior, believe you me. Spitting? As in covering it up? Look, I gotta get inside. Seriously, can a guy catch a break around here? Exactly, Ivy. It's so cute. He's so supportive of Trucy. It's so adorable. Well, there he goes. Why don't we go back to the office for now? I'm sure Trucy will call us once things have settled down. I guess you're right. Wait. Yes, we can examine stuff! What an odd building. The name Penrose Theater comes from the Penrose Triangle, an impossible object. Interesting. Why do you have a court? Why do you... Why is that in your gallery? Okay. Wait, Is that, wait, is that still fucking... No. Yes, no. Is that still from case... No. I was trying to think, like, which dead body we've come across that lay in this position. And the only one I could think of was Court. Anyway. It's called an impossible object because it only exists as an optical illusion. An optical illusion? Uh-huh. Just like how that cube on the front of the building isn't really a cube at all. It's not? Wait. It isn't? It sure looks like a cube to me. It's just... Oh, it's like that. It's just the way it's shaded. The dark and light parts make it look like it's jutting outward towards us, but it really isn't. Oh, now I get it. Okay, now I get it. What? It isn't? Apollo is struggling. Come on, let's take a look at it from over there. Okay. Oh, wow, we actually get to see it. What? You're right. That's so weird. Now do you get it? I think so. It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, that's cool that you get that. Oh, I love that. I love that. It's a little extra. I wonder how this place looks like or looked like on the 3DS. Good question. What are all these weird objects anyway? Are they supposed to be modern art? Like that clock. Is it just me or are the hands moving awfully fast? Ay, caramba! What kind of clock doesn't show the proper time? Is that part of what makes it art? Who knows? Hey, take a look at that man in front of the clock. He's trying real hard to set his watch to it. Oh no! Hey, mister! Oh, these are fun investigations. Or, you know, fun stuff. Okay, the poster. Look, there's Trucy, front and center. I like how like, what do you call it? More, you know, there's more happening in this investigation, or, you know, the stuff you can examine. Like, it's more dynamic, I guess. I like that a lot. So the show actually starts the day after tomorrow, huh? I don't know if you've noticed, but you see that man in front of the poster? He's been standing there a long time looking at it. Yeah, I noticed, and sometimes he kind of stretches his hand towards it a little bit. Oh, I bet he's one of Trucy's fans. You think he's gonna try to make off with it? Who knows? Oh, look! I guess we don't have to worry. Every time the man reaches for it, the dog growls and pulls at his pant leg. That's a good boy. Or girl. Yeah, kind of begs the question, who's the master and who's the pet? That was a conversation we just had. Doggo. Looks like maybe a corgi, but also not really a corgi. If he was a little slimmer, I would have thought that might have just been fucking Stickler. I feel like that would have just been a fun thing to include. A fun detail, but it's like setting the watch for hours, and the other guy's like, "Bro, that's not a clock, that's a compass." Okay, I think I think that's all. Yep. Okay. In that case, let's first. Hey, my badge is shinier than yours. Of course, yours is newer than mine. A great weathered finish like this only comes with age and experience. Oh, what? I can get a finish just as good as that on my badge too, you know. Getting it dirty on purpose doesn't count, Athena. Pardon? What makes you think I'd ever do anything like that? They're so goofy. Talk. Talk. So, Athena, any ideas? Sorry, I've got nothing. I mean, it was just one amazing trick after another. Who could figure it all out? I was asking if you have any ideas about the accident, not the show, Athena. I can't believe they had to cancel the rest of the show. I wonder if Trusie's okay. Yeah, poor thing. After all her hard work, too. I sure wish Mr. Wright was here right now. Well, I guess we'd better head back to the office. There's nothing we can do here. Oh yeah, if we get to examine the Gavinus roses, and I think we can, you bet I'm gonna be examining those. But I don't think we can go back in now. Yeah, no, we can't. Nothing new here. Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. It's no use. I can't get a hold of Mr. Wright. I wonder if something happened to him in Korean. No! No! Maybe he got caught up in some kind of trouble again, as always. Yeah, trouble's drawn to him like iron filings to a magnet. Hey Apollo, speaking of Korean, they're showing something about it on TV right now. There has been some surprising news coming of the Kingdom of Korean. I don't know why that's so funny to me. They're like, I wonder what Mr. Wright's doing. And 2 seconds later, his face is probably like front and center on the screen. The country recently saw defense attorney Phoenix Wright win a not guilty verdict, the first verdict of its kind in 23 years. Mr. Wright won a trial in Korean? Lawyers are said to be highly disrespected in the Kingdom of Korean. So Mr. Wright's win was an upset victory amidst entrenched hostility. Wow, did you hear that? The first time in 23 years. Yeah, but what was he doing in court there in the first place? Jonas, welcome in! I am late. Again, is this going to be a thing? It's all good, all good. I thought he just went for a visit. So he was in some kind of trouble, just like we thought. Next, an update on the unfortunate accident that occurred at the Penrose Theater. Hey, now they're talking about the accident at Trissie's show. Famed magician, the great Mr. Reyes was skewered with a sword and died on the spot. Oh no, so he really is dead. And now here is the footage of that deadly moment. What do you mean here's the footage? Oh, this video is gonna come into play a lot, isn't it? I don't know why the angle is like the angle of the camera is kind of weird. I don't know what it is. Yeah, no, the angle is like the focus is very weird. Why is it so zoomed in? It's so it's very strange. And there was a shadow going up. There was some sort of shadow going up there, I think. Mr. Reyes' body is invisible in this footage, but these are still very shocking images. Whoops. The magician, Trucy Wright, is reportedly still only a high school student. Could it be that this unfortunate accident happened due to a lack of proper training? Oh, fuck off. Did the young magician have enough experience, preparation, and knowledge? Some might say that Troop Gramarye should be held accountable for this incident. Oh, fuck off. What kind of biased reporting is this? Yeah, they're making it sound like it's all Trucy's fault. Oh, we've just received more breaking news. Oh my! The young magician in question, Trucy Wright, is now under arrest on the charge of involuntary manslaughter. Ah. What? We will keep you updated on this unfortunate tale unfolds. Stay tuned. Trucy's under arrest? She can't be! Apollo, we've got to do something. Yeah, let's go down to the detention center right away. But before I forget, I think I'll jot a few things down about the case. I'll just open up the court record and flip to this tab here. Okay, to make notes. Yep. Tutorial. Okay. Hey, do you want to examine some stuff? Wow, we can't. Oh my god, we can. We actually can. Okay, so we're gonna go pop by the detention center after a quick 10-minute break. So, oh, it also lines up because I think, well, allegedly ads are supposed to be starting very soon. Or Twitch is just bugging out again. But either way, we shall be back in 10-ish minutes, and then we're gonna examine the office because apparently we can do that, and head on over to the detention center. So until then, oh dear god, until then. Okay, and we're back. Wabam. Whew. Let me... Don't forget to examine the guillotine. We're gonna examine everything before we leave. You get distracted by Majima like all the time. just got a message. Majima's currently taking a break. I'm in disbelief. That maniac was so relentless until now. God, I cannot wait to play Yakuza. I'm actually very excited to eventually start Yakuza 0. Have to go now. Hope you all have fun. You're probably gone already, but either way, have a lovely day, PSM, and thank you for stopping by. Okay, now time is of the essence. So let's examine every little thing in this office. If they give us any fun dialogue. Yep, they do. Hell yeah. Mr. Wright sure has lots of law books and old case files. It sure looks that way, doesn't it? But take a closer look. Most of these books and files have to do with magic. Oh, wow, you're right. They're just hidden behind law book covers. Little by little, Trucy is taking over the whole office with her magic equipment. Little by little? I hate to admit it, but recently, I sometimes feel like I'm going to forget I'm even a lawyer when I'm here. Yikes. It sounds like Trucy's magic is starting to take over your brain, too. Of course, we're gonna save Charlie for last. With everyone's personal items littering the office, this place is as messy as ever. Yeah, like take this loud They did it! They did the your suit is loud. Take this jacket. Take this loud jacket of yours, for example. It's been sitting here forever. Loud? What do you mean loud? I love that jacket. I've never seen you wear it. Oh yeah? Why didn't you ever wear it then? Exactly. Well, the last time I wore that jacket... Oh, Polly, I'm so happy for you. You finally decided to take the plunge. Now you're ready for your stand-up comedy debut. Ugh. You, Daddy, and Athena should form a group. I can see it now. Primary color punchlines. The process... God, I gotta rewatch the fucking bloopers one of these days. Didn't actually see what happened, but judging from the suspense theme, something worse happened to Trucy. Yes, we should be on our way to the detention center, but we want to investigate our own office first for the next 10 minutes. Drago! You love this case? Hell yeah! Also, I finished the story of the original P5 yesterday. Hell yeah! So that's like what? That is, yeah, you're like a Christmas. Like, it's like around Christmas. It would be terrible if she genuinely killed someone on accident. Like, that would genuinely be awful. Let's just say that jacket brings back painful memories. Oh dear. Let's see. Hula hoop! It's yet another magic prop. Oh, a hoop! I'm really good at that. How about you? Nope. I just don't seem to have a knack. That is an inconsistency! Your Honor, in Ace Attorney 4, my man said that he could hula hoop. This is what they mean when they say that there is no continuity. This is what they mean. We were robbed. I I figured as much. After all, you're not really in tune with your body. You do realize this hoop is used for the levitating woman trick, right? Wait, pause, unless he's... Okay, wait, pause. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. They're not talking about hula hooping. I take it back. The continuity has been upheld. What? It's not for hula dancing? And since you're really good at that... No, what I meant was... I think I'll recommend you to Trucy for the assistant role then. You can take over for me. What did I hula myself into? How do you remember a throwaway line like that? Listen, I remember the most trivial bullshit. I remember the tiniest details with these things. I just do. I just do. I wonder what kinds of tricks Trucy uses these things for. Like this little guillotine, for example. Oh, it's just one big chunk. Well, a human head definitely wouldn't fit. So maybe something small and fuzzy? Ew, that's disgusting! Not to mention cruel! Trucy would never do anything like that. You didn't get mad that time Trucy put my head in the guillotine. I'm sorry, she did what? That's because you performed your role with such gusto. I mean, your screams were so realistic, I couldn't stop laughing. That's because they were 100% real. I love how every now and then we'll get these little snippets of Apollo just suggesting the most gruesome, like Apollo talking about the most gruesome or hinting at the most gruesome topics. Like, well, they couldn't fit a human head in here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a rat. Maybe they're gonna behead a mouse or something. Like, dude! Presto! That was objectionable. For the next trick, we'll have a public execution for the rat I found in my basement. No! All I can remember from past games are the ladders, or were those step ladders? I lost track. All I know is that Apollo considers them ladders. And Trucy, I think, considers them step ladders. I forgot which way it is with Phoenix and Maya. And Athena also. Okay, there's that, and then there's Charlie, probably. I've always thought these shelves were a little awkward and hard to use. Yeah, the shape doesn't really lend itself well to the concept of shelves. I mean, there's a hole in the top part and everything. Did you ever notice that every now and then things disappear when you put them inside? It's like the shelves remember that they used to be a magic prop or something. Not the most useful piece of furniture in the world, to say the least. Okay, I think we have almost everything, so last but not least... Charlie. I just watered Charlie, so he's looking pretty perky. For a guy whose desk is always a big jumbled mess, Mr. Wright never forgets to water Charlie. That is so sad and so sweet. Sometimes I catch him staring at that plant and smiling. It must hold some special meaning for him. That's so sad and so cute. Could be. He did say Charlie's been in this office since his first days as a lawyer. He doesn't seem to want to talk about it much, though. Of course he doesn't. One thing's for sure, Charlie is no ordinary plant. Hell yeah. Whoops. 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 Okay. I think that's all. So, let's actually head over. Oh, sweetheart. Visitor's room. Poor Trucy. What can we even say to her? Oh, Polly, Athena! Trusy, are you okay? I'm fine. Don't worry about me. We saw the news about the accident on TV. Yes, I can't Houdini my way out of this one. I got arrested and everything. They say I'm the one who caused the accident. But that's not true, right? To be honest, I don't really know. I mean, I have no idea how an accident like that could have happened. The trick went off without a hitch, I'm sure of that much. Still, the police just won't listen to me. They've already decided that it was all my fault. I'm exhausted after all their questions. Looks like she's been able to hang in there at least, more or less. She really is one tough cookie. I know you're tired, but can you tell us a little bit about the accident? Yes, of course. Go ahead and ask me anything. I'll be fine. Baby! You wanna see my badge? You wanna make my badge disappear? To cheer you up? Or Athena's badge, honestly, anyone. Not even you can make it disappear through this glass. 3, 2, 1, ta-da! And there she goes. Huh? It's gone! Wait, how did you do that? And how are you going to make it reappear? Oh, guard! I'm ready to go now! Wait, what about the rest of the trick? Oh, see, now she's happy! We can examine. Wait, does this game actually let us examine everything again? The security camera stares at us with its cold, unblinking eye. I don't know why, but it gives me the heebies, with a side order of jeebies. Guard! The guard is just standing there, completely motionless. And Athena keeps making faces at him, trying to make him crack at least a smile. Oh, I think I made him smirk a little. Come on, leave the poor guy alone, Athena. Oh. It's the microphone for speaking with people on the other side of the glass. Athena is trying to stump the guard with trivia questions. Oh, this guy is good. He answers in the blink of an eye without batting an eyelash or moving a muscle. Is he that bored? Outside world. Nope, nothing. Nothing. Okay. For starters, can you help us understand what happened? In today's show, there was a dead body in the coffin. How did that happen? Was there some kind of accident? I don't really know. Yeah, in Dual Destinies, you couldn't examine every location. Like, you usually could only examine locations that were directly relevant to the case. Like crime scenes and stuff. But here, apparently, so far, it seems like you can just examine everything. Which I love. I don't really know. The coffin was supposed to be empty when I opened it. But instead, Mr. Reyes' body was in there. That must have been a huge shock for you. And when the dragon set piece fell down at the end, was that an accident too? It must have been. I have no idea how or why that happened either. Nothing went the way it was supposed to. I still can't believe Mr. Reyes is actually dead. As tough as she is, this is obviously taking a toll on her. But how did Mr. Reyes' body get into the coffin in the first place? Trusy, we need you to tell us the secret of the trick. You know what they say, a magician never reveals her secrets? But I guess I should make an exception this time. She's already more sensible than fucking Valent! But if you ever tell anybody, I'll make you my guinea pig for every single new magic trick from now on. Okay. Don't worry, I'm a lawyer, remember? Client confidentiality is part of the job. So let's call this trick Trucy's Great Escape. How did you get out of the coffin? All right, here goes. I'll reveal the trick just for you two. Prepare yourselves for an exclusive explanation by magical girl Trucy Wright. There's a secret trapdoor in the stage that leads down to the understage passage. Trapdoor? So when did you slip down into the understage passage? Remember when Mr. Hat was on stage holding a sword next to the coffin? Well, by then I had already escaped from the coffin and was waiting understage. And while I was down there, I did several things to get ready for the next part. What technique? Okay, so what happened next? Mr. Hat was quickly raised up to the catwalk by wire. Okay. There's a cushion up there that acts as a shock absorber when Mr. Hat hits it. Oops. Meanwhile, I pop back up onto the stage through a different trapdoor. And voila! The switch is complete! Hopefully we could finally examine the courtroom in the future. I want to see how high the judge's chair is, just to determine the judge's actual height. True! True. It would be nice if we could actually examine the courtroom properly for once. That would be cool. I'd volunteer as tribute to be that guinea pig. Are you sure about that? Yeah, there's a lot of Mr. Hat in this one. Okay, add it to the court record. I had no idea all of that was happening. I was convinced you were still in the coffin. That's what professional magicians do. They make their audience see something that isn't really there. In other words, you make us see illusions, right? We call it misdirections. While we keep you busy believing one thing, we're busy making something else happen. What we say is there really isn't, and what we say isn't there actually is. I get it, it's kind of like a magical bluff. But there's no escaping the fact that the victim's body was actually in the coffin. It wasn't empty like it was supposed to be. Yeah, that's the part I don't understand. The last thing in the world I expected to see there was Mr. Reyes. Could he have climbed in there by mistake? But why and how? I should get back to asking Trucy about the accident. Can you tell us more about the victim? Who exactly is this Mr. Reyes? You said he used to belong to a troop Grammary, right? Wait, you don't know who the great Mr. Reyes is, Apollo? He's super famous. He's all people talk about. He's all people talk about on TV. Really? I just assumed he was one of Trucy's assistants. Way to diss the dead, Apollo. So, how did the two of you come to perform together, Trucy? Well, like I said, he used to be a member of Troop Grammary. He was a protege of my granddaddy, Magnifi Grammary. So the TV station arranged for us to perform together this time because of that connection. Did he continue performing as a magician after he left Troop Grammary? No, he got injured while practicing for a show about 13 years ago. That would have been when Trucy was like, what, 4? And it was before all the shenanigans happened. That's why he left the troupe. After that, he took a break from magic for a while. Okay. I guess that could make sense. So Apollo only knew of the era where Valent and Zack were performing because Reyes had already left by then. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's a recent thing, him getting famous again. I only started seeing him on TV again maybe last year. I had nothing but respect for Mr. Reyes as a magician. I can't tell you how sad I am this happened. I can't imagine how traumatic it must be to have someone die during your big show. Yeah, that's gotta be a bummer. Oh, but hey, don't worry, I'm fine. I have to stay strong for my fans. Oh, my bracelet is reacting. Yep. I guess this means that Trucy's trying to hide something from me. Maybe the fact that she's not fine! Already, bracelet time! I can see things others can't. The slightest twitch, gesture, or change in expression. I can see it all when I'm concentrating intensely like this. And when people are feeling nervous, they sometimes reveal a certain habit or tell. I'll just shift my viewpoint around until I find Trucy's tell. I actually do wonder what Trucy's habit is gonna be. Something face. Oh, she's shifty-eyed. Shifty-eyed. I think I found her telltale tell. Now to listen carefully to every word and see what she gets shifty-eyed over. Okay, yep. Is the I'm fine part? Of course it's the I'm fine part! Come on, Trucy. You should know by now that you can't hide anything from me. Don't tell me that your bracelet reacted. Yep. And here I thought my smile was going to do the trick. Oh. Ooh. I don't think we've heard this OST yet. Wait, but this is is this another version of some other OST? It kind of sounds like it, like this last part. Or like certain parts of this. Why do we start by focusing on her chest for a good minute? We just focus on like the middle, I guess. Like the middle of whatever it is. Looks like I broke the first rule to being a magician. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face, right? I remember hearing you say that before. That's right, it's a grammary motto that my daddy used to say before he passed away. And I'm not gonna lie, that is not a good thing to teach your child! And I talked about this after we finished Ace Attorney 4. And I actually didn't know that they brought this, like they sort of brought it back up, but I'm very glad that they talk about the fact that Trucy a lot of the time is really just like acting. Like even in front of Apollo, and you know, even in front of her friends or her you know, people she's close to, she is still trying to put on a performance. Like her performer mode is always on. Like her switch is always on. Like there are very few instances where you can see Trucy actually crack. And the few things we've only seen it like maybe once or twice, and one of those times was when we found Lamiroir and we thought she might be dead. That was like the most extreme reaction we've ever gotten out of Trucy. Even as a child, even when Phoenix took her in, she tried her damnedest not to, you know, she tried her best to stay happy or to stay smiling. Probably for Phoenix's sake, because she knew that Phoenix at that time was also going through a lot, and she probably just didn't want to add on to it. God, it's so... Man! I love Trucy. I love her. And also, fuck Zach Grammary. Like, that is not something, even if you intend for it to just be, you know, during a performance, that is not something you teach a child. Like, that is not a motto you teach a child. I'll never forget it. It's one of the few precious memories I have of him. And that's why she sticks to it so closely. Because what else does she have? Let me screenshot that. But you can't keep everything inside, Trucy. You'll burst. Whoops, I accidentally recorded. I didn't plan on recording. Whoops. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Come on. Come on. God damn it. Okay, I guess it's a little cut off, but that's fine. I can't. If I did, you wouldn't believe in me anymore. Oh, God! That's not true. As an entertainer, you believe in always keeping a smile on your face. And as a lawyer, I have a belief that's important to me as well. Oh. Your attorney's badge? I swore on this badge that I would always believe in my client to the bitter end. That's the cornerstone of being a good lawyer. Mr. Wright taught me as much. I like... Okay. God, there's so much. So much. So much! Also, yeah, it is the pot calling the kettle black, definitely. I like how Apollo now... Okay, how do I say this? I like how both Apollo and Phoenix stick to this motto, I guess, or whatever. Like, you know, always believing in your client no matter what. And, I don't know, okay. Maybe I'm thinking into this a little too much. Which might be very likely. But what sticks out to me here is how just as Trucy has this motto, you know, that her father left her, that she kind of clings to because it's one of the few things she remembers of him. Apollo hanging on to this is very fascinating because this is the first and honestly kind of only thing Apollo has learned from Phoenix so far, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like Apollo might, just like Trucy wants to hold on to her father's words, Apollo might want to hold on to these words. Partially because he believes in them as well, or he wants to believe in them, but also because this is genuinely the only proper piece of, I guess, advice, or the only proper lesson, or the only proper thing that Phoenix has taught him in his entire time that they've known each other. Like, Phoenix in Ace Attorney 4 didn't teach Apollo anything. Like, he taught Apollo nothing. Phoenix in Ace Attorney 5 was slowly trying to, like, grow into his role, or the role that he should be taking as Apollo's and, you know, also Athena's mentor. And this is the first thing he's actually properly taught them. I just think that's very interesting. I don't know, it's fascinating. Another screenshot. So no matter what you tell me, I'm going to keep on believing in you, Trucy. All I ask for is for you to have a little faith in me too. Oh my god, look at her face! That's the first time we've seen that face of her. Oh. Oh my god. I'm getting emotional. I am emotional. Alright. Thanks, Polly. Aww. I'm gonna cry now. You and me both. Oh man, I love these two so much. I'm like a fucking broken record at this point. Polly, what if I made a mistake? What do you mean? What if it really was me who stabbed Mr. Reyes? What makes you say that? Well, in my escape trick, I used both the real sword and the rubber sword. I switched the real sword for the rubber sword just before I stabbed it into the coffin. So, even if somebody had been in there, the rubber sword shouldn't have hurt them. But Mr. Reyes was found dead in the coffin. Oh, that was Apollo. Whoops. I know, it just doesn't make any sense. I know I swapped the swords. You're absolutely sure? Positive. I practiced that trick hundreds of times with no mistakes. I remember very clearly swapping the swords this time too. But could I have made a mistake this time? This expression of Trucy's is heartbreaking. Could she really have? Okay, I feel like this might have been a better time to show this flashback for the first time. Maybe I really did kill Mr. Reyes. Trucy. The worst possible mistake I could make. Such a horrific accident, right in the middle of my show. And yet, all I can think about is, now that this has happened, Troop Grammary will get its performance rights pulled. There will never be another show. Everything my family worked so hard for will be gone forever. And poor Mr. Reyes had his whole life and a great career ahead of him. I ruined everything. I destroyed it all. Oh, baby. Oh. Polly, I'm ready to pay for what I did. Hold on. Honey, sweetheart. Let's not jump the gun here. Trucy, I don't think you did anything wrong. You don't? I've had one question going through my mind this whole time. Was this accident really your fault? What do you mean? I don't have any proof or anything, it's just... I don't think you'd ever make a mistake like that. Oh my god, the music! Oh, they know what they're doing! They know what they're doing to me! Apollo! I saw how hard you worked on your tricks, staying up late every night to practice. And I know you. You always get everything picture perfect. Nobody's perfect all of the time. Still, I think something else caused Mr. Reyes' death, not any mistake of yours. After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right? Yes, I remember doing it. And I just know it wasn't your fault, Trucy. But how can you say that? We don't have any proof it wasn't me. I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but... I believe in you, Trucy. And I believe in your skill as a professional magician. So I'm going to prove your innocence. Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Oh. Don't do it. Oh, baby. Oh. I'm actually I am this close to tearing up. Oh, man. Thank you, Apollo. Thank you for believing in me. I'm going to believe in you, too. Good. I'm sorry, I need a tissue. I've never seen Trucy cry like this before. She always seems so strong. But maybe sometimes she's just putting on a brave face. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Spirit of Justice. Okay, I love this. I did not remember this part. Genuinely, I did not remember this part, and I love this scene. I love everything about this. Them actually acknowledging that Trucy is not always as, like, happy-go-lucky and cheerful as she appears. And, like, that a lot of the times she is really just putting up a front, probably. Or, you know, almost definitely. And seeing her break down like this for once... God, I really appreciate that they added this scene. She's still just a kid after all. Exactly! Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh. And I'll say it again, they are the siblings ever, Your Honor. I love them so much. That's his little sister. Yes. We're all fine. We're all gonna be fine. Not really that much of a softie, but man, this is a gut punch. I'm a huge softie. I get emotional very easily. This scene, God. This is exactly what I've wanted. This is exactly what I wanted after that tiny snippet we got of Phoenix. That like tiny scene we got at the end of S24 with Phoenix saying that he's the only one who knows how Trucy really feels. This is exactly what I've hoped for. For them to like properly address all of Trucy. All of Trucy. Oh, this is great. So, I have to ask to make it official, but will you let me defend you? Yes. I'm counting on you. I don't want to have to cancel the show on its opening day. Right. She seems fine now. Trucy, let's win this trial together. Unlike some people. Athena, you and me both. Clavier screams and wishing he had this relationship with Kristoff. No! Well, we'd better get right to investigate. Oh, hold on! Was this OST here the entire time? Or am I just being, like, did I just now notice this OST? Or is it just now coming in? Because I love that they're bringing this back, this OST. I love that. Well, we'd better get right to investigating. Come on, Athena, wipe that nose and let's go. Excuse you? Do you see any snot on my face, Apollo? Yeesh, talk about an emotional roller coaster. We'll need to investigate the stage at the Penrose Theater where the body was found. Yeah, I hope no one will try to stop us. If you're going to the Penrose Theater, can I ask you a favor? Of course, what is it? I left a very special notebook behind in my dressing room. Sure, we can pick it up for you. That notebook is really, really important to me. I don't know what I'd do if anybody read it. Wow, I wonder what's in it. The notebook is in my blue handbag on the table. It's big and black. You can't miss it. Thanks in advance. And with that, I've gotta go. It seems they've got more questions for me. Alright, see you later, Trucy. Oh, YouTube is doing its thing again. Or, I guess, Caster Labs is doing its thing again. Whatever. Oh, nope, that's YouTube this time. Yes, this is the song they played in the first cutscene of Ace Attorney 4, and in Case 4, in Turnabout Succession, in a lot of parts. Enjoy your lurky souls! Alright, see you later, Truce. So, should we investigate the stage first, or go get the notebook? Let's get to the dressing room first. The dressing room looks just the way it did before the incident. All these items look kind of lonely without their owners. We have to find Trucy's notebook for her. Let's see, she said it would be in her blue handbag on the table, right? We should see what else we can check out while we're here. Hell yeah, we should. I'm gonna leave that for last. Or, well, for second to last. I don't know if this will advance anything, but... Okay, let's check the rest here first. Look at all this stuff. I bet it belongs to that bunny assistant we saw in the show. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Does she really need all of that? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen so much makeup. When it comes to sheer number of items, your desk back at the office isn't any better. Those things are the natural accumulation of 2 years of work, and they're all necessary. Really? Instant noodles and crackers? Of course. Of course! I need those for when I have to stay at the office all night preparing a case. And the comic books, too? Oh, of course I need those too. Manga these days are super realistic and informative. I need them for research. Jesus Christ. Faye, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. And hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. I see. So, you need to research street fighting and the funnies, do you? Pa! You know, funnily enough, I've always imagined Apollo to be like the clean, you know, like the kind of like the tidy, the neat type. And I still kind of think that way, but I also think that at least at the office, he's just sort of given up. Like he's just given up trying to clean anything up because he knows it won't take minutes until it's all over the place again. Didn't realize Apollo actually reads manga. Now I wonder what genre he's into. Probably shonen. Actually, shonen isn't a genre. It's a demographic. But I mean, hey, he's definitely a comedy type. Honestly, I feel like Apollo would also like romance. Genuinely, I feel like Apollo would be the romance type. He does seem like kind of a romantic. But definitely, like we know he likes comedy. Look at all these costumes. I bet they're all Trucy's. Ooh, could you tell by the scent? Are you like some kind of bloodhound or something? What? I'm her assistant, not her pet. Technically, you're not even her assistant. We're gonna get to those in a little bit. Hold on. First, Inui. Didn't even realize shonen isn't a genre. Yeah, it's shonen, and I think it's the whole bunch of like shonen, shoujo, and I think seinen and josei too. It's all demographics. Demographics. Like shonen is like for like the demographic for shonen is like younger, you know, like teenage boys. With shonen with shoujo it's girls. And seinen and josei are josei is for like young women, like young adult women, and seinen, you know, young adult men. But yeah, it's off like it's a common thing that people think. I mean, I oftentimes use shonen to describe a certain genre as well. Like the, you know, the One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, My Hero Academia, that sort of stuff, right? Like that bunch, I usually kind of, or I oftentimes also just gather up as shonen, even though I know that technically, you know, it's a little different than that, but meh. It's interesting because there's also lots of lots of anime, or you know, lots of series that people think would fall into the shonen or shoujo, whatever category, when that's not true. Like there's like there's series that you would think belong are shonen when they've actually been published in like a shoujo magazine. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, look at all the adorable little bunnies. Rabbits, huh? I used to have a pet rabbit. Laura. Really? You? You sure don't look the type. Okay, but honestly, I can see Apollo having a pet rabbit. What do you mean? What's wrong with me having a pet rabbit? Aren't people who have rabbits as pets usually the quiet, sensitive? Oh, that's why. Well, pardon me for being so loud and insensitive. Yeah, like Shonen Jump. Like Shonen Jump. Burb. It's a dove. Dove? Dove. Dove? I think it's dove. Tracy must use it in one of her tricks. Yeah. Hmm? There's another bird cage next to it. I wonder what's in that one. I'm sorry? What in the world was that? We're just not gonna okay. We're just not gonna, okay. Hey, Steel Samurai! Tracy put some posters up, I see. Oh, here's one of Troop Grammary. Troop Grammary, magical menagerie, huh? Looks like a bunch of folks dressed in outfits a bit too gaudy for their age, if you ask me. Pfft, damn. But isn't that pretty much how all the best magicians dress? Was Troop Grammary really such a big deal back in the day? I guess so. Everybody in the country knew them back then. They had great tricks, like making a building disappear or escaping a safe drop from a helicopter. Wow. I was in Europe at the time, so I had no idea. Some of my chats are missing, probably an error on my end. Maybe, maybe. You say dove, I understand sky rat. Sky lizard. But if even you know about them, then they must have been really, really famous. I used to see them a lot on TV. I think it was back when I was in junior high. The one in the black was the original leader of Troop Grammary, Trussy's grandfather. His name was Magnify Grammary. The one in pink with the mustache, that's Zach Grammary, Trussy's late biological father. Oh, and look, there's Mr. Reyes. So this poster's from back when he was a member of Troop Grammary, huh? And we're just not gonna address the other two. Trucy said he left the troop after he was injured during a show or something, right? Oh, interesting. Evidence! Look at all this stuff. They must belong to Mr. Reyes. Oh, look at the colors on that briefcase. Do you think he carries that around with him on his time off? Well, carried. Well, during his shows, he wears a mask to hide his identity. If he carried that briefcase around when he wasn't working, wouldn't it give him away? Ah, but you've got to change gears and look at things in a different way at a time like this. Oh yeah? Meaning... Well, what if Mr. Reyes wore his full costume all the time, even when he wasn't working? Then that briefcase wouldn't have given him away one bit. Okay? I'm getting pretty good at this turn your thinking around stuff, huh? She's like a little kid who's learned a new trick and couldn't wait to try it out. Oh dear. Anything else besides the 2 elephants in the room? No. I would save it for last, but I don't know if this will advance the action, so. Let's have a look at this, shall we? Oh, these are from Prosecutor Gavin. Roses, huh? How like him. Pretentious. They might be pretentious, but you know what? He makes it work. You are absolutely right, Athena. Don't this, Apollo. Come on now. Apollo, I've noticed this for a while now, but you get awfully prickly when it comes to Prosecutor Gavin. You think so? I mean, don't hate him just because he's beautiful! Athena, my sweet summer child, I don't think that's the problem here. I mean, it's probably part of it. But oh dear. That's not it at all. Worth it. Worth it. We're gonna screenshot all of this conversation. Ha! Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Oh, that wasn't the end? Oh, we get to examine all the flowers? Man. Actually, I kind of like that. Oh, Ninetales flowers! That's right! You know, those flowers that only grow in Ninetales Vale? Oh my goodness, you're right! Justice Like stays losing, oh well. Listen, I respect it. I respect it, but in my case, no chance. If there is a hint of Clavier to be found, I am legally obligated to make any sort of Clopalo implication. But again, I respect it. You know, to each their own. There's a card here and a letter to go with it. The card says, "Good luck, Trucy," from Damien and Jinxie Tenma. Aww. Mayor Tenma and Jinxie, huh? What does the letter say? Let's see... Oh, there's a message for you in here too. Please tell Mr. Demon Lawyer I said thank you for everything. Aww. Thanks to him, I overcame my fears and now I'm not afraid of yokai anymore. Oh, that's sweet. And guess what? I've even become friends with yokai like Itan Momen and Konaki Gigi. No matter what happens, I guess she'll never grow out of her demon obsession. I think that's called mental illness. Apollo, I think that's called mental illness. I think that's called a mental disorder, but it's fine. Who could these last ones... Okay, hold on. To Trucy, who could these last ones be of? It's white flowers. Wouldn't it be wild if those were Lami Rar? Oh my god, I'm right! I'm a genius! I bet one of those flowers are from Old Bag. God, can you imagine? She just weaseled her way into this game. Hell yeah! They're from La Miroir. La Miroir? Where have I heard that name before? She's a famous singer. They call her the Siren of the Ballad, and she's pretty popular. Why would a famous singer be sending Trucy flowers? Well, we met her through a case I headed up once. Wow, your circle of acquaintances is bigger than I thought. Okay, see again? This is why I don't get when people say like, oh, there's no continuity. There is! There very much is. Like, it's not like they pretend that Game 4 doesn't exist. They've referenced cases from Game 4 multiple times now. Like, I genuinely don't get it. There's not any less continuity from games 4 to these games than there was in like the first trilogy. You know? Like, come on. That purple bunny looks mad evil. Yeah, I think it's blue. It's a blue bunny. But yeah. I'm sure there's some good Justice League fanfics out there, or fan animatics and fan art of them to suit your interest. Definitely, yeah. It's not an unpopular ship. I think like in Ace Attorney, the gays definitely, I feel like, are more popular just because of the way these games are written. But there's lots of room for the straight ships. Like, I know Phoenix and Maya are decently popular. Apollo and Athena probably too. Apollo and Juniper probably as well. I know Athena and Simon are also a decently big ship. All bunnies are evil. They've been a pest to me since I played Breath of the Wild. Damn. There, yeah, no thought behind them. Nothing behind those eyes. Your circle of acquaintances is bigger than I thought. I mean, rawr. I don't know why, but her songs really touch me for some reason. I hope she's doing well. Man. Oh, here's that handbag Trissy was talking about. I feel a little funny about digging around in a girl's purse. I guess it's okay to open it. After all, she did ask us to. But not you, Apollo. Let me do it. Let's see. Huh? No, not this. What's this? Oh, wow. She has... Oh, Trucy, you are bad. Pardon me? What is it? I want to see too. We're not gonna address. We're not gonna. Athena, what do you mean? Athena, elaborate, please. What do you mean? Actually, you know what? I guess as long as it's not drugs, it's fine. Screenshot that, please. All right, yeah. Nope. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. That's a good point. Let's... This part. She has a picture of Clavier in there. Honestly, would not be surprised. That's funny. She said it was a black notebook, right? But there's nothing like that in here. Maybe Trucy was wrong about where she left it? Let's keep looking around for it. Black note. I mean, that's a blue notebook there. What's this? A script of the show? It says Bonnie, so it must belong to that bunny assistant we saw on the show. 9:30 a.m. Mr. Reyes transforms into a dragon. Trucy's hat trick. 10:20, Bonnie's teleportation trick and Trucy's escape trick. 11. Mr. Reyes' fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. You and I got to see the first two parts, up to the end of the 10:20 a.m. segment. But this Mr. Reyes' fire trick, we didn't get to see that part. Yeah, because they canceled the show after the accident. It was full of panties, my guys, don't think dirty. I mean, yeah, it's probably nothing too outrageous, but the fact that, like, Athena reacted like that. It's Athena's reaction that makes it funny. And I feel like, genuinely, if Trucy just had, like, a bunch of panties in there, Athena wouldn't have reacted like that. Actually, I am kind of curious how, Oh my god, I've accidentally been recording this entire time. I just realized. What was I gonna say? Wait, can I? I gotta actually screenshot that this time. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I actually would like to see how this scene was in the original, just to see if Athena's reaction was still as extreme. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. What's inside is actually a very big lipstick. Panties with the whole Write Anything agency on it. She just has like panties with like each of their faces on it. That would be so weird. Come to think of it, when Mr. Reyes turned into a dragon, it breathed fire, didn't it? Coin tricks and fire tricks were Mr. Reyes' specialties. Maybe they had some big finale planned, where Mr. Reyes and Trucy would face off in a grand magical showdown after his revival. Oh. I say we take a look through Mr. Reyes' things too. Hey, is that a notebook sticking out from behind his briefcase? Oh, up top, yeah. You're right, it's practically screaming. Over here, look at me. Look at me? He's here too? Do you think it could be... Oh, wow, Athena! Our hunch was right, it's Trucy's notebook. What's it doing mixed in with Mr. Reyes' stuff? Good question. It would be a nice set of merch. It would be an interesting set of It would be interesting merch. It's locked. Guess that means we can't read it. I wonder what kind of secrets are in there to make her want to lock it. A girl her age needs her privacy. Besides, everybody has a secret or two they don't want others to know about. If there's anything in there about kisses or crushes, I think Mr. Wright would cry. Probably. Well, we've examined just about everything, I think. Looking through other people's stuff was so thrilling. Like I'm doing something naughty. I know what you mean. Just don't go poking around in my things at the office. Why? What do you have to hide? I don't think I like how her eyes lit up all of a sudden. Anyway, we'd better go get this notebook to Trucy. First, because I know, or I seem to remember, that you actually get an achievement if you do this. Bam. A mysterious, locked notebook. I wonder if there's anything about me in there. Like that one time I ate her pudding. I wonder if she was mad at me for doing that. Don't worry, if there's one thing I know about Trucy, it's that she's more mature than some people I know. He just stares right at Athena. Yep. Okay. Actually, what if we present... It's a shame Troop Gramarye won't ever be as they were back in their heyday. Yeah, but I have every faith Trucy will restore the troop to its former glory. And then you'll be really busy as Trucy's assistant. Yeah, I guess so. Wait, did you just agree with me? I agree. Damn. I guess it means you're finally settling into the role. No, it doesn't. Can't get enough of Apollo and Athena's naughty shenanigans, no matter how weird it gets. Yeah, it is kind of endearing. Like they're just goofing around, and in the end, it's still harmless fun. Okay, let's skim through this, see if there's anything new. It must be so hard for Trucy, yet you saw how bravely she held back her tears. Maybe you should practice a little of that bravely holding back your tears thing too. And by maybe, I mean your nose is running again. Enough with the snot shaming! Haven't you heard the song, into each life some boogers must fall? What? I'll take your word for it. Also, Apollo! You are literally... You cry so easily! Although, to be fair, he has been holding his own, like, a little bit. He has been able to hold himself together a little better over time. We have to investigate the Penrose Theater from top to bottom. Talk to every single person involved as well. You're already fired up. The agency's entire financial future, too. Because none of us are making any money. We have, like, one case every 5 months. Okay, let's go check out the stage. Okay, let's get down to business. Hi, what do you think you're doing? We're the attorneys for the defendant in this case. Is it alright if we examine the scene? Of course it's not alright! I don't care if you're the defense or the president! No unauthorized investigations! Come on. It wouldn't kill you to let us take a little look around. I said no! Now get out of here! Scram! I guess we'll just have to try and get permission from the lead detective. Nope. A whole lot of nothing. Okay. The person you are trying to call is not available. After the tone, please I've tried calling Mr. Wright 100 times, but he never picks up. We've left him some voicemails, so he'll probably call once he gets them. He's going to flip out when he hears what happened to Trucy. This is the place, the theater where that magical murder happened. Oh yeah, I wonder if they brought the dead body out yet. I hear they already arrested the murderer. They say it's a young girl. A high school student. Can you believe it? Kids these days. Oh, shut up! What's with all the curious bystanders? They sure are kicking up a fuss. How dare they call Trucy a murderer? They've got some nerve. Fuck 'em up! We can't let people think that about her. We have to defend her. I think I know who this is. Apollo? Is that you? Ah! It's Emma! Oh, she looks so pretty! In 3D! It's sure been a while. How have you been? Can't complain. I haven't seen you in ages. Emma's not usually in the best of moods, so I never quite know what to do or say around her. Well, we have some business to take care of, so I guess we'd better get going. Hey, wait a minute. What? Was it something I said? You're darn right it's something you said. What's with you brushing me off like that? We've got heaps to catch up on. After all we've been through, you're not still mad at me about something, are you? Wait! I just noticed! Forensics! Did she finally do it? Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Who's this Apollo? A distant cousin or something? Who knows? No, Emma's a detective I've had the pleasure of working with before. Hello. I'm Emma Sky, forensic investigator! Ooh! New version. Hell yeah, she did it! What? So you're finally a full-fledged forensic investigator? Ah, look at her! Yeah, I finally achieved my lifelong dream. Look, I even have an official forensics investigator's armband and everything. That's great, Emma. I bet the exam was really hard, huh? Oh, it was a cinch. Really? Because I thought you said something about failing it over and over. Well, never mind that. The important thing is... Ooh! Ooh! I like this part of this I like this part of the theme. The important thing is I'm not a plain old detective anymore. So no more boring old investigations for me. I'm so happy I could hug the whole world. Coming from you, that's really something. Criminals beware. Fingerprinting, luminal testing, DNA analysis. Emma Sky is ready to go, so bring it on. Wow. I guess it's goodbye, grumpy clouds. Hello, fanatical sun. She's very cheerful, isn't she? Is it because of the weather or something? She sure wasn't like this before. She was pretty frustrated back when she was assigned to the Criminal Affairs Department. And she was always munching on chocolate snackoos to relieve her stress. Snackoos and stress are a thing of the past. I've said goodbye to both of them. Both of them. And may you never have to see either again. By the way, are you two here because of the murder? Murder? Don't you mean the accident? Oh, then I guess you haven't heard. The case is being treated as a straight-up homicide now? What? Just so you know, I heard that the prosecution is going to argue tomorrow that Trucy outright murdered Mr. Pardon me? What? Are you kidding? They're treating it as a murder? Emma, please tell us everything you know. Of course, anything to help Trucy. Well, fuck! Hey, you wanna see my badge? It's been 2 years since we first met. But you're still just a newbie to me. Hey, that's not fair. I'm not even the newest lawyer in our office anymore. Yep, that's Apollo and me. Just 2 newbies working our way up. Aw, look at you two, the newbie duo. Must be nice, right, Apollo? Poster? Oh. It's weird, but I keep running into the name Troop Grammary over the years. Maybe it's fate. Have you ever considered joining them? So you could use your expertise in forensics to do scientific magic. You're not thinking of stuff like picking the right card using fingerprint powder, are you? Did we get that pose of her before? No, I think that's a new pose. I like that. You can hardly call that magic, Athena. Ahaha, yeah, I guess not. Looks like we hit the nail right on the head. Okay, don't think there's much more. Same stuff, okay. Why is the case being treated as a homicide now and not involuntary manslaughter? Well, apparently there's something that proves it was a straight-up homicide. Well, that's vague. Do you know any of the details? No, I'm afraid that's all I was told. Really? How come? Well, because the lead prosecutor is kind of a hard guy to read. Though maybe it's just a culture gap thing? Anyway, he's not one to really share his thoughts. Wait, what do you mean by culture gap? I mean that he's a foreigner, so his way of going about things is different. So who exactly am I up against tomorrow? We're gonna get to that in a bit. Congrats on finally becoming a forensic investigator. You finally becoming the forensic investigator you always wanted to be. Thanks! I failed that exam so many times, but I finally did it. I can finally use my forensics kit openly, whenever I want. Oh yeah, you used to have to stealth use a kit you sent away for. Oh, I still use that one too. But now it's more of a hobby kit. It's important to have hobbies too, you know? So basically, nothing's changed. Are you kidding? I don't have to worry about getting in trouble for taking fingerprints for fun now. It's positively life-changing. I can take all the prints I want. Are you sure you're allowed to do that? Sure, I'm sure. I've been collecting all the prints I've taken into a personal database. Are you sure? Are you positive that... Now, hold up your hands. I need to get your prints too. Just promise me you won't use it for evil. I can't believe she took my prints too, Apollo. Alright, let's talk about the prosecution. No way involuntary manslaughter exists in Ace Attorney. Edgeworth would have needed it instead of calling it straight up murder. Yeah. Speaking of which, hello! Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth has been reorganizing the prosecutor's office lately. As a part of that effort, he's gotten rid of a lot of corrupt prosecutors. So the prosecutor's office is looking pretty empty these days. And that's how a foreign prosecutor got assigned to this case? That's part of it, yes. We were short on prosecutors and this guy just happened to be visiting. And what's the purpose of his visit? Well, some insurgents from the Kingdom of Kurayan are thought to be hiding out here. As an international prosecutor, he apparently came to investigate the matter personally. So he's from the Kingdom of Kurayan? That's right, he's also a Kurayanist monk. A monk. So how did he get assigned to this particular case anyway? It seems he's very devoted to furthering his studies as a prosecutor. He wanted to learn how crime scenes are investigated here, so he just showed up. So he was just curious, huh? He looked the entire crime scene over quite earnestly, and just as everyone else was ready to call it a case of involuntary manslaughter, this is most certainly a murder and a cruel act of an impure soul. Ow, my shoulder. That's what he said, just like that. Then he volunteered himself as the prosecutor for this case. With the shortage of prosecutors right now, the prosecutor's office was glad to have him. Oh. Never mind. So, Trucy was arrested for murder all because of this guy, huh? I have to say, he's definitely not your typical prosecutor. He says court is where a victim receives their last rites. Where the truth is revealed, the criminal is judged, and the victim's soul sees salvation. Receiving last rites in court allows the victim to finally rest in peace, or so he claims. So, to him, a trial is like performing funeral rites for the victim, huh? That's certainly a unique way of looking at it. His name is Nayuta Sadmadi. What? Nayuta Sadmadi? That's right. I'm sure they just used a seance told that it's a murder and then call it a day. Classic Kurayan. I mean, they would need Reifa for that, right? Then again, I don't know. Maybe she can perform her seance on someone like on the other side of the globe as well. I don't know how it works. What? Do you know him or something? Oh, I guess you could say I've heard of him. Yeah, well, he is pretty famous. Really? Yes, they say he travels the world, solving difficult case after difficult case. Where there's a hard case to crack, he's called in to prosecute it. Wow, sounds like he's going to be tough to beat. I can't believe this. I have to stand in court against him? Lord! He seems like a very kind and gentle person, though. He's very polite and understanding to everyone he talks to. Huh. So he's a pretty agreeable guy, then. Yeah, he's bound to see what kind of person Trucy really is. Well, not now that you've said that. But don't they hate defense attorneys in Khura'in? Would he even listen to what we have to say? I don't see why not. He certainly seems like the type of person who would. Even so, do you think you could do us a favor, Emma? Could you tell Prosecutor Sadmati that about Trucy, about what a good person she is? Of course, leave it to me. I'll make him understand there's no way Trucy could have committed murder. I hope he listens to reason. Me too. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad. It's If there's water, there's always a seance. Maybe. I guess we're getting Apollo's 45th backstory. Come on now. Come on now. I mean, we're getting one chunk of Apollo's backstory. We actually talked about this earlier in the game, earlier in the stream. Again, people are very much exaggerating when talking about Apollo's backstory. Like, there's actually, like, when you really think about it, there's actually very little issue with Apollo's backstory. Like, it all lines up. The way it's presented is a little awkward, but it does all make sense. This is looking pretty bad, Apollo. They're calling it a murder, and they've even got proof. What are we gonna do? Look on the bright side. That's what. Bright side? What bright side? Oh yeah, it's like, people like to joke about it, but jokes aside, like, there's nothing that outrageous or weird about his backstory. The great backstory attorney. Well, the good thing about there being proof is that it has to point to the real killer. If we can find out who that is, we can prove Trucy's innocence. Oh, hey, you're right. Which means our objectives are clear. We have to find two things: proof of Trucy's innocence, and evidence of the true culprit's identity. You know what, Apollo? You're starting to give me a glimmer of hope. And that means there's only one thing to do. Emma, would it be alright if we investigate the scene? If I said no, you'd just do it behind my back anyway, right? You're not wrong. Would I do something like that? Guess the jig is up. Oh, alright. But I'd better come along. Who knows what sorts of mischief you get up to if I'm not there to keep an eye on you. Mischief? Sounds like Emma trusts you about as far as she can throw you, Apollo. He has been known to move things around at the scene of a crime, you know. Fucking... You lose sight of a dead body one time. And what about you? You used to do all kinds of forensic tests on things without permission. There's nothing wrong with that. After all, forensics is always on the side of justice. How is that even remotely fair? Still nothing new to investigate. Okay, nothing new. No new dialogue. We presented stuff, so let's head on over to the stage. That clock on the back should be fixed. Yeah, it's art. It's art. Okay. Alright, let's get down to investigating, shall we? Just make sure you don't move anything, or I'll get in big trouble. Fine, I promise. To only move the things I have to. Well, I have my own investigation to conduct, but let me know if you need anything. You know what's funny? Apollo is usually the most pessimistic. Maybe he's being more positive because of Trucy. I wouldn't necessarily say that he's very pessimistic. Like he's not that pessimistic. He's I would call it more realistic. I would say he's more on the realistic side. Or somewhere in between, you know? But I do think that because the culprit at hand is Trucy, that he wants to look at things a bit more positively. Oh, and there she is. It's been a while since you've done any investigating. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's dive right in. You do remember how to do this, right? If you don't, I can give you a quick rundown. Nah, we're fine. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I've got it all locked away in the vault up here. Good. And I'm sure it'll all come back to me too as we go along. Wait, was it you who just offered to give me a rundown? That's the word I was looking for? Fair. Apollo Justice, real attorney. Okay. And ads just started on Twitch, which is good timing because we are going to investigate this after a quick 10-ish minute break. I don't know if we're going to be able to finish the investigation today. But we should at least get very close to it. I don't know if this is all that's left, but we'll see. We'll see. So, I'll be back in about 10 to, at most, 15 minutes. So until then. And we're back. Wham! Oh god. Okay, we're gonna keep going for another, like, half an hour. See how far we can get, because my dinner is also going to be done fairly soon. So, we're just gonna keep right going, and we'll see how far we can get. We'll see if this is the end, or if there's more. Oh, I was right above it. Oh hey, this is a curtain. I wonder what's behind it. I was pointing at the curtain. Thank you very much. The backstage area. There's magic equipment and stuff like that back there. I'll open a crack and check it out later. You weren't thinking of opening that curtain, were you? Who, me? That would I ever do a thing like that? Rats, guess I'll have to ask her to open it for me later. Gonna watch some Dandadan really quick. I keep watching the same episode 5 for a good reason. I mean, hey, some episodes are just that good. We have one of these in our office too, don't we? Yeah, that poor magic prop we use as a shelving unit. I'd kind of like to see Trucy perform this trick sometime. Well, we both know you'd be the one in the box if she ever did. I feel bad for the prop, but it can stay a shelving unit in that case. Okay, that's the right corner done. There's Emma. There's Emma. And the dragon. Emma, can I ask you a question? Shh, this is the best part. She won't even look this way. Oh, what great prints! Another set from my collection! She, certainly seems to enjoy her work, doesn't she? Now she does. This is what they call a set piece. It's a piece of on-stage scenery. It suddenly fell down after the body was revealed, if I remember correctly. Just as the brave heroine screams, the spell on the dragon breaks. Losing its wings, the dragon falls to the ground. That moment marked the collapse of Trucy's magical kingdom. Magic, huh? Yeah, sure. The timing was so perfect, I'd be genuinely surprised if it was magic. Or if it was magic. Oh, it's a romance episode. I've heard... God damn it. I've heard bits and pieces about Dandadan having some romance in it. Let's see. Ooh, I've seen something like this before. It's like that game where you stick swords into a barrel until a little man inside pops up. Oh, that doesn't sound like any game I've ever heard of. I think I kind of know, like, it kind of sounds... I think the game I'm thinking of is not quite like that. What game am I thinking of? Hold on, there is one game where you also stick things in... Wait. What is that game that I'm thinking of? I can't even, like, I don't even have a solid picture of it in my head. But I know there's another game that involves, like, sticking little pieces of something into some sort of contraption and, like, hoping that it doesn't trigger something? Or is it the other, or is it you take things out and... No. I forgot. I can't think of it right now. Really? It's pretty famous in Europe. Did you have anything to play with as a kid? Wow! Oh, you know us. You know us, simple Americans. We're happy with just a hoop and a stick. Oh, that's good. Classic eat your hamburgers, Apollo. That's good. That's a good one. Basically, the series is a romantic comedy disguised as a weird battle shonen. People got hooked really quickly by the time they watched the 5th episode. Interesting. From what I've seen, it seemed a little too strange for me personally. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'd like it. I don't know. That was a good one. Camera. That video camera is pointed right at the stage. I wonder what it recorded. I want to take a peek, but Emma would... Oh. Wow, this residue data is so fascinating. Was it like a toy where you feed an animal and hope it doesn't pop? No, it was kind of like what Athena described, where you like... I don't think it's a barrel. I think it's like some other thing. Like replace the barrel with whatever I'm thinking of, I think. And you also had to like stick things inside of it. Like swords. But I also don't remember what the goal, what the real goal of the game. I don't remember. I feel like I've played it myself even a few times. When I was like really young, but I can't remember it. Yeah, no, I can't think of it. Man. She's so fixated on that bloodstain data, her eyes are getting bloodshot. What? Quick, Apollo, while Emma's off in Forensics Fantasyland, let's see what's recorded on the camera. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's take a second close look. There's only one sword in there, I'm noticing. Is there supposed to be only one sword? I feel like I saw another one. Then something goes up. Is that the same sword? I didn't pay attention. Oh, no, only one sword. Huh. Oh, she put the sword back there. Okay. That's what it was. And then there's Rhea's dead. Huh. And then Trissy panics. And something flies up again. Okay, so something flies up twice. One time, like right when like Trissy pops up on stage, and then again right before the dragon falls. Interesting. It really is strange. I heard the mangaka read over like 100 romance manga stuff, so he combined all the knowledge and to make what people think is the perfect romance. Interesting. I personally think it's too good to be true, but I'm curious enough, which is why I watch it in the first place. I mean, yeah, the perfect romance is very subjective, especially in fiction. I don't know. It's the same video we saw on TV where you can't see the body at all. Apollo, did you notice a strange shadow in that footage? No, why? I don't think it was my imagination, but I'm pretty sure I saw something. Strange shadow. Oh, was that do we have the first? No, we don't. I don't remember seeing that shadow the first time when we saw it on TV, but there's no way to check right now. Is there anything? Oh. Okay, there we go. Wow, this dragon is a lot more handmade than I expected. Yeah, well, I can't tell you how many hours I put into that frickin' thing. You made that? You made it? Trucy had me help put it together, you know, as her assistant. She has you wrapped around her little finger, doesn't she? Trucy's smile has some kind of magical power that makes it impossible to say no. Aww. He just can't say no to his little sister. Apollo's a great big brother. Even though he doesn't know it, he's a great big brother. So this is the coffin the dead body appeared from. Actually, hold on. It's interesting that the dragon... Okay, so it at first it looked like the dragon fell like right onto the stage, but like it fell in front of where Trucy and Reyes were. Interesting. Huh. I actually haven't examined that yet. Would you two mind giving me a hand? No sweat. Trucy said the coffin was supposed to be empty when she stabbed... that's Apollo's voice. That's not Apollo's voice. So how did the victim even get in there? I bet there's a secret door or something. It sure is an oddly shaped thing, isn't it? Who knew it could unfold into something like this? Well, I heard that since it's used for magic tricks, the left and right panels are made to be interchangeable. Interesting. How that helps with magic tricks, though, I have no idea. I'm sure they make use of it in some way we can't even imagine. Never let the dragon drag on. Also, I've been thinking this for a while, but do we have an autopsy report on like the cause of death, or if he was stabbed, the entry point? Like, I feel like that would be important to know. Just me. And also, if Trucy really did stab Reyes, why is there no fucking blood? Like, there's a lot of points you could talk about here. Many fanfics have Trucy's persuasive powers used on Miles, and it always works. Miles is the soft dad, I swear. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Like, of the two of them, funnily enough, I feel like when it comes to Trucy, Phoenix is definitely the one that can hold his ground more. I feel like he as well would be very he is very lenient with Trucy, but of the two of them, I think Miles would would indulge her a lot more. Wait a minute. It looks like the bottom of the coffin opens too. Ooh, a secret door! Let's try opening it. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. It seems to lead to someplace under the stage. That's right, it goes to the understage passage. It's pitch black down there. Hold on, I think I see something glowing faintly. It's hard to make anything out from up here. If you try to go down there, the magicians will get mad at you. Apparently, there are things down there that will give away the secrets behind their tricks. Well, that sucks. Sure does. It's all right there and we can't even check it out. We're definitely gonna have to examine that understage passage at some point, though. I'd like to think that Edgeworth gave Trucy that Steel Samurai poster. Oh, definitely, he has to have. Either him or Maya, I feel like. Apollo, look! There's a secret door in the back panel of the coffin. Do you think Mr. Reyes could have entered the coffin through there? If he could have done it without Trucy noticing, then maybe. It's like two magicians trying to out-magic one another right under each other's noses. A white outline, huh? So this is where the body was. What exactly did it look like just after the incident occurred, I wonder? Oh, I have a photo of the crime scene. Here you go. Well, there we fucking have it. He was stabbed in the back. There we frickin' have it. Wow. It looks like he was stabbed in the back. That's definitely what killed him. What's this thing around his waist? It's a stunt harness. A stunt wire can be attached to it so the person can float and fly through the air. Was one of the two shadows him? Huh. Come to think of it, he did fly in Act 1, didn't he? Anything else here? Nothing else of note? Nope. There's a sword, and I think that's about it. Look at Emma. Tiny Emma, in the back there, in the corner. Oh. There's a sword here. It's covered in blood. Must be the murder weapon. Trucy said she was sure Trucy said she was sure she switched it out. God damn it. Trucy said she was sure she switched it out with the rubber sword. Jesus Christ. Try saying that 5 times in a row. Trucy said she was sure she switched out. Trucy said she was sure she switched. Unfortunately, this one certainly doesn't look like it's made of rubber. Hey, Emma? Were there any fingerprints on the sword? Oh, I love her animations. Let's see. According to my data, no prints were found. But wait, Trucy wears gloves. Trucy wears gloves. But that could be because the culprit wiped them off. Or wait, did Trucy wear gloves? I think she did. Come to think of it, yep, Trucy was wearing gloves during the show. So she certainly wouldn't have left any prints either. Something isn't right. It just doesn't make any sense. What's the matter, Apollo? You're making that weird thinking face again. You're starting to sound like some of the TTS I annoy Bean and Cat with. Man. Oh boy. How did what should have been a rubber sword get switched with a metal one? Plus, the timing of that dragon set piece falling down. Wasn't that just a little too convenient? Something just isn't sitting right. Ground control to Major Apollo. Can you hear me, Major Apollo? Athena, I think I've got it. I think somebody switched Trucy's rubber sword for the real one. Or the metal one. Huh? To pin the murder on her. Someone switched the swords? But when could they have done that? When everyone was too busy to notice. Somebody could have switched Trucy's rubber sword with the metal one. Right before the trick. Duh! Any funny dialogue? But wouldn't that mean Trucy herself stabbed the victim with the metal sword? Exactly, and that's why it couldn't have been right before Trucy's trick. Very good, Athena. You managed to avoid my little trap. Apollo, do you really think you can pull the wool over my eyes so easily? There's no fooling you, is there? It was during her trick. And how would they have done that? Well, they would just, if I knew how they did it, I could be a magician too. In other words, you have absolutely no idea. I think it would have been pretty hard to switch them during the trick. Yep. After the piece fell. After the set piece fell, everybody in the audience was kicked out of the theater. In the ensuing chaos, somebody could have carried out a cover-up operation. Any one of the stagehands or show personnel could have done it before the police arrived. So what you're saying is... somebody's actively trying to frame Trucy for the crime? Yes, some disgusting individual is trying to get away with murder. Wow. I like how Apollo put a little more oomph into that statement. Like, Athena was very neutral and just saying, like, someone's trying to frame her. Apollo's like, some disgusting person, some fucking asshole. So it's someone related to the show. There's definitely a very high chance of that. Now, if we could just figure out who it is. Let's see, what else do we need to do on this stage? Emma, did you find any fingerprints on the coffin? Actually, I haven't checked yet. I was going to do that at the end. I like to save the best for last. We aren't exactly talking about dessert here. Oh, but we are. Would you like to partake in my delicious dessert? I don't mind sharing. Oh, yes, please. There's always room for dessert, right? All right, guess I'll join you two. So, could you show us how you check for prints, Emma? Sure. Let's start with the basics. As you know, fingerprints are an excellent way of identifying someone. That's because no two people have the same set of fingerprints, not even twins. So if we find any prints on the coffin, they might lead us to the killer. If the culprit was dumb enough to leave prints behind, sure. Let's go ahead and dust for prints now. Let's see. This looks like a promising spot. Try dusting the area with fingerprint powder. Yep. And then blow with R. Admin spot is all we have to work with. Yep, if you run out, try blowing on the area. It will be returned to the bottle. Okay, yep. Yep. We're gonna go until it's all gone. Until it's all gone. Until it's all gone. Wham. 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 Until it's all gone. And boop. Boop. Oh, it's empty. Okay. You found some prints. Looks like the fingers of somebody's left hand. True. Now, let's try comparing these with the ones we have on file. First, switch to analyze mode. Select the print. Yep. Ooh. And confirm it. Let's go with this one. Oops. I've got a pretty clear print here. I wonder whose it is. I missed a spot? God damn it. I have the prints of everyone involved in the case right here. Just choose the person whose prints you'd like to compare the sample against. Okay, wait, that's the side one. The last person who was in the coffin was Reyes, so... Oh, you can just directly see them. Interesting. Wait a minute. Oh no, they look similar, but not quite the same. I like this! The fact that it has the badger symbol is amazing. I remember this, it was annoying to find the prints. Bingo. Looks like the prints belong to the deceased, Mr. Reyes. Well, if we found prints here, maybe we can find them elsewhere on the coffin too. The other side. Okay, we go... Bup, 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 bup. Whip, whip. And we blow! And we blow more! Is that enough? Is that enough? Is that enough? Yep. Okay. I remember this is what. Oh yeah, I read that. These prints are apparently Mr. Reyes's too. Shall we try looking for prints on the outside of the coffin now? Yeah, sure, let's go. This time, you'll be able to rotate the coffin and look at it from different angles. Oh god. That'll give you a chance to examine it thoroughly. Okay, so we're actually gonna have to think about where the prints could have been. You can always reset things, okay. Let's try up front first. Let's first try just like all the way up front. Whoops. Pop, 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 pop. Anything here? Nothing here. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Okay, let's actually think. Where would... Oh dear god. Oh dear god. Okay. I feel like the sides here make sense. The prints must be over there! Over where? I feel like somewhere along the sides would make sense. I'm gonna cover the corners, the edges as well. And for some reason, okay, never mind. It's gone. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Nothing. Here. Oh, here. Here's what I mean. Here makes sense. Oh dear God! I didn't know it. I didn't know it was doing that. Well. Oh, there's a print. Found another print. Judging from the location, it might have been made when someone put this lid on the coffin. That might have been, Bonnie. After Trucy had gotten to the coffin. This should be Bonnie's print. Right? Or, wait a minute. No, yeah, it should be. You found a new glitch! Congrats! Hell yeah! Looks like the print belongs to that bunny girl. Come to think of it, she did put the lid on the coffin during the show. Yeah, so it should be on the other side as well. That's probably when she left her print on the lid. Okay. In that case, we're gonna check because it's gonna be here as well. I would assume. Yep. Let's try. Yeah, I want to go to the bottom and behind. Oh God! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear goodness! Wait, I realized I can just wait. Can I? Oh yeah, I sure can. Can I get it more? Does this work? Does it work? Oh, hello! I didn't even see this. Wait, okay, wait. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get to that in a bit. I first want to check the bottom, actually. Just the edges of the bottom. Just checking. Just checking. Nothing. Okay, so let's go for the obvious one. And let's go. No way, they added physics in Ace Attorney. Alright. Huh? That's funny. It doesn't match the prints of anyone involved in this case. None of them? How can that be? Interesting. It looks like that's about all the prints we're gonna find. To sum everything up, the prints we found belong to the victim, Mr. Reyes, the bunny assistant, Bonnie, and some third unidentified person. I don't know why it's so weird to have her stare at me like that. But that's strange. We didn't see anybody else up there on that stage during the show. Does this mean some outsider was up there? Somebody unrelated to the show? I guess we can't really say at this point. Well, thank goodness we didn't find any of Trucy's fingerprints, right? But that's only because Trucy was wearing gloves. Hey, Emma, there's something else that's been bothering me about the prints. No, but they're your prints? Oh no. You've been the butler the whole time! Lock him up! We got him! Don't you think there's something odd about Mr. Reyes' prints? That is weird. Huh. If Mr. Reyes was standing in the coffin facing forward, then how did the prints get on that way? Yeah. He would have left prints like this, right? But when we look at the actual prints... Yeah. They're facing backwards. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Hey, what do you know? You're right. I wonder how they wound up like that. Maybe he was accidentally facing the wrong way at first, but then turned around later? No, the coffin is much too small for a guy his size to turn around in. I mean... about all he would have been able to manage is maybe a little bit of twisting. I mean, from that photo, it didn't seem that tight. Then it really doesn't make any sense, does it? I think I might have hit on something major here. Oh, I have just one more question, Emma. Oh yeah? What is it? Mr. Reyes was stabbed in the back, right? But if he was standing in the coffin like this, how would that have worked? I mean, we do know there's a door back there. Huh. Oh, right, that. The lead prosecutor has an explanation, actually. He thought that the victim might have tried to dodge the sword as it came into the coffin. So maybe he twisted his body and the sword ended up stabbing him in the back. That's weird. That's his theory anyway. I guess that sounds plausible. More or less. Kind of less, honestly. Well, I guess that about wraps up our investigation of the stage. Actually, there's still the area behind that curtain. Don't you want to know what's back there? Sure do, but Emma told us not to move or touch anything, remember? Emma? Would you quit staring at me? Fine, I'll go open it for you. Hell yeah! Look at you, flaunting your lady killer eyes! Ah ha ha! I have my... oh, you were serious? I have my ways. I'm only doing this so I won't get charged with animal abuse for not throwing you a bone. Damn. I guess puppy eyes can be just as effective. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, your turn! Whew. Well, go on and investigate to your heart's content. But before you go moving anything, I know, we'll be sure to ask first. Oh, by the way, just examine the backstage to move to the area beyond the curtain. Alright. Seeing the stage this way kind of breaks the illusion, doesn't it? It just goes to show that some things are better left unseen. Ooh, listen to you, sounding all grown up and stuff. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll have some cynical one-liners of your own someday too. Oh boy, I can't wait. Anyway, on to more pressing matters. Let's go and examine the backstage area. And we shall do that. Oh, we can't? Okay. And we shall do that next time. Oh god. I think we're almost done with the investigation. I think we are about close to that. We might have another hour at most left, and then we're gonna head into the trial. I think. Methinks. Oh dear. Yeah. That's just a theory. A Chinese theory. Whoops. Wait, what'd I do? Okay. Okay. We are going to I accidentally exited the game. Which I did not intend to do. Hold on. I want to at least get some music back up. Actually, I guess we don't need to, but it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, as I was gonna say, we are going to be continuing this on Wednesday, same time as usual. Gonna be finishing the investigation and starting the trial, which means we're also gonna be meeting Nayuta, which I'm actually kind of hyped for. But yeah. That is going to be it for me. From me, my dinner should be ready any minute now. I thank you all for being here today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy yourself. I lost my my sentence, my phrase, my whatever I wanted to say just went poof out the window, but that's fine. Anyway, next stream Wednesday. I think, probably, most likely, same time as usual. If you want to be sure of when I go live, or also when I don't go live, make sure to follow my Blue Sky, which is both in the, I think it's in the bot command, or just in the description and the Twitch. It's linked everywhere. Follow the YouTube, follow the Twitch, all that good stuff. And I shall see you again on Wednesday. Have a nice dinner. Thank you. I am starving. Stay safe. Take care. Have a lovely rest of your day / night / whatever time it is for you. And bye bye.